Hello and welcome to the Tavern. Halloween edition. Yeah. We have me, your host, temporarily, because Dale's ill with COVID. Sam. Wait, Glenn.
Hello.
No, me, not you.
Oh, I can't see the screen.
We have
Glenn.
Glenn. And also...
You need me to say hello?
yeah, go for it.
Hello. I don't know how long I'll stay inflated for, but I'm a dinosaur.
Fucking
the
hell.
music on now. And also we have...
Sexy Kev.
Have pause.
I kind of just want to keep the shot always on him. Like, I don't want to take it off. Oh.
Hey, get off my head, bro.
Rar.
This is one of the times I wish we had the two cameras set up, like, properly set up, because I would love to just have a permanent view of Glenn's slow deflation throughout the entire episode. Alright, yeah. So, Dale's fucking dead. And we were planning to do a Halloween episode, which is this. And so we've all kind of dressed up in different shit. Some store-bought. Some self-made.
Can you guess which ones are last minute?
Yeah, me. 100% me. And then we have fucking well thought out. Maybe not so well thought out.
I'm not sure I'd say Glenn's one is well thought out.
I was pointing to you.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went, not so well thought out. Hey, we want you to come onto a podcast and talk, and you can't fucking see it all.
Oh my god. Glenn literally has to sit frozen still look at him.
Yes, and I don't know how much I can put my... Oh, there you go. That's not too bad.
Can you see now?
No. Hang on.
Just get comfortable, mate.
My hands don't work.
We just want to apologize for all the scrunching you hear of plastic
Now I can see.
during this. Hey, you can see, look, see his eyes.
Yay! There he is.
So,
Beautiful.
Is the mic picking you up properly, Glenn?
Fucking who knows?
Yeah, who knows at
Who
this
knows?
point? Honestly,
just
who
to let
knows?
you know, this is like the first time I've ever dressed up.
Is it really?
Yeah, I hate
Hey.
dressing up. So,
I'm the same. I've never, I never bother whenever it comes to Halloween. Like, I kind of like the idea. I love costumes. I love the idea of them all. But whenever I put any on, I'm always like, this looks shit. I don't like this. And I just never bother.
Yeah. This is definitely the first time I've worn makeup.
Is it really?
No.
Oh.
Hey, we like when we sat down, I went, God, have you got contacts in? He's like, no, I got makeup. And I'm like, fuck, his eyes are really popping.
Popping, girl.
Amsterdam.
Hey, go.
I'm
Fancy.
upset, though, because he
What?
looks better than me now. It's upsetting.
That's just what happens when you have a, sexy witch as your partner.
Yeah.
Although there was once I dressed up for a party in school, and people used to say I looked like Buzz Lightyear, and they said it as like an insult. And I was like, fuck it, I'll buy the costume. And I ended up buying it, like drawing the little swirl there. I had a great night. Fucking, yeah. But I had the same issue I have with this at the moment, where the back wouldn't go up.
Yeah.
So I had to but there was Velcro with that, so I had to Velcro onto Velcro to kind of stretch her out a little bit.
Oh, right.
And
right.
but it worked out well, and it
Yeah.
was stupid, and I can't believe it.
This year, I didn't really plan any Halloween stuff, like
No.
an outfit or anything like that. I didn't have a good
You
idea
just
this
planned
year.
everything else.
Yeah.
You kind of did plan so much other stuff this month, didn't you? Like a ridiculous amount of other stuff, and then we're like, oh yeah, it's Halloween as well.
Yeah.
We got to do
I
that.
forgot.
you don't see many people do much for Halloween anymore, do you? Like,
No.
When I was younger, you would, like trick-or-treating.
Hmm.
You'd have queues of kids with their parents.
That's mad,
and
wasn't
they'd
it?
go around the streets together. But now it's it's so rare to see many people do it. It's kind of died off in the UK, I think.
It's because Christmas took over.
Yeah. Everyone's so stressed about Christmas. Everything's I feel like nowadays people are buying more and more gifts. It starts small
Yeah.
like for years, and then it's like, oh, last year I didn't give them that much. I'm gonna give them more this year, so they buy more and more and more. And now like it's so much stress now around Christmas.
Yeah, it makes
There's
sense.
so much Christmas shit in the shops.
Yeah, I feel like people are skipping Halloween because they just want to get to Christmas and get it over with.
Yeah, they are in all the shits in the shops like so early, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's wild,
Can
honestly.
you put the microphone a little bit closer to you, Glenn, by any chance?
That's gonna be a struggle.
Can you-
I think
You
we
can
just kind
pull
of
that. Yeah, use your heels. Push her underneath the sofa as much as you can. Is that the furthest you can go? Sheesh.
to be honest, I think anything is good. Yeah.
That's true. There you go.
We're just gonna have
Screw
to
that in, Miss Witchy.
we're just gonna have to
What's your name?
Okay.
Alright. Alright.
What have you been calling me all morning?
Well, me.
Yeah.
Conchita Wurst.
Oh, okay.
That's the one from Eurovision.
Yeah.
Do you like call Kai for home?
Yeah.
Is
I
there
mean-
any situations you
I only call you Simon when I'm around your family, though.
No, you don't.
A little bit,
No, you don't. You still call me Kev.
sometimes.
All the time.
And they're like,
Because,
the
like,
fuck
with
is
your
that?
family, I was like 50-50. I was like, should I call him Simon or should I call him Kaif? Well, his
What-
name is Simon.
What do you I'm assuming your family call you Simon.
Yeah.
Just to check. Like people know Kaif's not your real name, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty positive we've told this story 1,000
Oh,
times.
okay,
So
that's-
I
I've,
think
done,
it's
I've done a video on it, so.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
My family calls
Bye
Kaif
bye
Kaif.
hat.
Man, his wig is fabulous. Look at it.
That is a good wig, like. I would.
Look at the curls, like. I would. Excuse me?
Glenn's like, I would.
I looked over to make eye contact with him and be like, yeah, I heard what you said.
I had to recap there. I had to go back. I was like,
Man, I came into the room, he's like, you're fucking pretty.
Oh, that's cute.
Like, thanks, man.
What the fuck? That's cute.
can I take 50% of that compliment? Because that's my handiwork.
Don't think that's how it
What
works.
did you create?
Aw.
Did you give birth to
I
him or
made
something?
him. Oh, no.
I got lipstick all over my
Don't say
coffee.
that.
I thought you were gonna say your cock then.
Got lipstick all over my coffee.
Lipstick all over the car. That's what like parents say when they're like, you're 50% of me.
That's weird.
Oh, that is weird.
That's a weird
That's
thing to say.
Anyway, Halloween. So,
Love
do
it.
you have like any traditions that you do around then? Anything at all?
Well, I have my birthday. I just combine it because Icelandic
Oh, yeah,
people
this
don't
month-
celebrate
tomorrow.
Halloween.
The less interesting thing this month is
Yeah.
that it also adds his birthday.
I mean, Icelandic people don't celebrate Halloween because we have a different Halloween, which is in February.
Oh,
What's it called?
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Valentine's.
Öskudagur. Valentine's. I'm pretty sure it's in February. Öskudagur. Dale. Glenn.
Okay.
Dale. Who's Dale now?
You wouldn't know, would you?
Let's see.
Oscar.
Öskudagur.
Oscar.
Ösku.
Oscar.
Öskudagur.
Oscar. Oh, I can't say the end. It's like Daud.
Dagur, yeah.
Daud. Okay, well, yeah, what is it?
Öskudagur. It has like long traditions behind it. I don't remember what it was or why it exists, but it's essentially a day where kids get to dress up. Instead of going to people's houses, they go to companies like shops and stuff, and they sing songs for candy.
Dude, that's better.
Yeah. There's also
Seize the means from companies.
yes,
Give us all your candy.
so much better. But now people are picking it up in Iceland. They're picking up Halloween. So my opportunity with my family at home, I take my birthday and I invite people over to my house and I like make a cake for them and stuff. And then I just decorate everything Halloween and I say, oh, there's a Halloween theme. If you want to dress up, you can dress up. And one time, my family was all in on it. Like they were all like, fucking come over to Eb's birthday. We're gonna have Halloween theme. Everyone came dressed up and it was so much fun. I loved it so much.
The way you were describing that, I was expecting it to go poorly. Like
No, it actually went really
you were
great.
building up to it, and I was expecting it to be like, and it was crap. But that's really
Yeah,
nice.
you
that
started
it
off
It's
quite
really
sad
fun.
about
was
it.
good. Yeah, I was expecting it to be like,
I mean, I'm really sad over the fact that Icelandic people don't celebrate Halloween.
what? Do you love it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love scary shit.
Is it just the scariness of it all, or is there like more to it you would like?
I think it's just the season. I feel like every time October rolls around, it's getting colder, it's autumny, and then there's this theme, there's a Halloween, and then you get all these scary movies into the theater. You go with your friends to watch a scary movie, you know, like, it's my favorite. I just enjoy the aesthetics.
Sorry, I'll stop moving.
Stay still, Glenn.
Yeah.
Never move again.
Okay.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
Is that what weird about my reasoning?
I haven't done
No,
any,
I don't think so.
like
To be honest, I think that's really cool.
Halloween stuff since like kids, you know.
Yeah.
Like you said, trick or treating used to be
Okay,
a big
yeah.
part. Like you know, you dress up, basically knock on someone's door and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, give me some sweets," and they give you sweets.
Yeah.
And then when he was really young, you might have had like Halloween parties, and then the only like tradition thing I can think of is, did you ever do like dunking for apples? Or dunking for apples?
Yeah. I used to love
You
that.
just get like a
Never
bucket
done that.
full of water and apples, and you'd have to try and pick them out. With your mouth.
Oh, like fair stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a big bucket just full of water and loads of apples.
See,
and
I've
you'd have
seen
to
that in the movies, but I've never done
use
that.
only your head.
Can't do that now. Like in COVID. Ruined dunking for apples. Bastards.
That's
And
really-
then
I guess you could still do it with like your mates, but you can't do it at like a fair.
We were
or
going to say you
anything.
could do it with face masks.
That would be interesting. You just end up
The
giving you,
challenge.
like waterboarding yourself. Go on, Glenn.
And then, yeah, I guess a bit older. Like, I remember the last time we did trick or treating, and this old guy just flat out said, "You're too old for this." Like, and I was like, "Oh damn!" I'm like, okay, I
That
wouldn't do that
fucking
anymore.
sucks.
And then now you don't really see anyone do it. And then I guess maybe you'd watch like horror films or something.
Yeah.
That's about it, really. It seems cooler in America, or maybe that's just put on me because of like TV and film.
I think that's TV, I reckon.
Yeah, so it seems like a big thing out there, but again, from TV and films, like.
Well, I think it's like you remember how one of the no, you probably don't because I don't think you were there, but we had a podcast where we had Rob on it where he was talking about what was it called? Fucking something around Christmas. I can't remember the name of it, but he said something basically along the lines of that. It used to be really big because of the whole community. Like you knew everybody that was around you and everything like that. I think Halloween was similar. Like when you were younger, everybody knew each other. You knew who all your neighbors were and everything.
Yeah.
And now that we're older, I have no idea who my neighbor is.
Yeah,
I have
true.
like I don't know, 4
Because
or
the
5.
internet, innit? You don't care
Yeah.
about your neighbours
And-
anymore. It's like the fucking group finder of IRL.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, that's such a good. That is a really good. What the fuck? That's a really good example. Yeah.
Yeah, because when we used to do trick or treating as kids, like you said, all the parents knew each other.
Yeah. Exactly.
So like, all the kids would be queuing up, and then the parents would be like
Just
gossiping
chatting
and
away,
chatting
yeah.
away, like. But
Well, you don't need to anymore when everyone's always in the group chat now. It's it was that thing. It'd always be like, oh, let's go see I don't know Mrs. fucking Davis who's down the road. Let's go see Mrs. Andrews or Mr. Dave, and you just like go and fucking knock on their door, get some sweets, and just be like, yeah, let's fucking go. That's awesome. Everybody would know each other because I don't know.
But
You
that's
don't
like,
have that
do
now.
you remember being like, I'm trying to think of the age, maybe like, I don't know, like 13 or whatever, and you'd go and knock on your mates, like. You
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
go to their
exactly.
house and knock on the door.
Yeah,
and
we
then-
had to knock on your door, Glenn, because you don't fucking answer your phone.
Yeah, and I mean,
Still don't
yeah,
answer your
they,
fucking
They had to
phone.
do that for me up till like 17.
17,
Yeah.
mate. We don't hear from you for ages, and we're like, "Where's Glenn?" And we just expect you to turn
I
up.
am rubbish with my phone.
If we'd have to,
You're
like,
far better now, though.
we try bringing his mobile, you'd never answer it. So then we'd have to call the house phone and ask his parents for Glenn.
Yeah, that
You
would
get
happen
Glenn,
quite
and they're like,
often.
yeah. And it's like, is he home? Yeah. What's he doing with his phone then?
He's a fucking nightmare, honestly. And now I mean, you're better now because you have more time. So you're on Discord all the time. But like it used to be, you'd phone him and he wouldn't answer, and then he'd call you on WhatsApp, which is notoriously bad unless you've got like really good internet. And you're talking to him, and it's like, "Hiya, Glenn." About I don't know, 10, 20 seconds pass, and you're like, "Glenn." And halfway through you saying that is replying to what you first said because of the lag. And you just be having this conversation that's like 20 seconds apart each time. It was fucking horrendous. But you loved it.
He still loves WhatsApp calls.
Yeah, but like,
It's terrible.
that's because I spent so long with Claire being in Singapore.
Yeah,
So obviously it's free to internet
That
call.
makes sense.
So it's just so ingrained.
that makes sense.
And then like, I don't know, I might call you. You might be in another country, you know. So
No.
I'm pretty sure if I was in another country, Glenn, I'd let you know beforehand. By the way, Glenn, I'm going to Amsterdam. Like,
but I'm better with Discord.
yeah, you're
because
far better now.
It's on my computer. But like Josh phoned me the other day, and the first thing he was like, "Why don't you answer your phone?" And I was like, honestly, I don't even know where my phone is. And he's like, who doesn't know where their phone is? I was like, me, like, I don't know where it is. But yeah, I'm slowly improving. I'll keep going.
You are, like, you actually are. I think we were doing something yesterday. I think it was. No, it wasn't that. It was something like, I don't know. I was like, I needed to do something. I was like, I need to talk to Glenn. Message you. And you were like, within 5 minutes, just fucking back. And I was like, whoa, this is a new Glenn. I'm really surprised at this. Because it was rapid. You actually responded. It's nice.
The thing I'm like a culprit of is I'll read a message, and then I'll think of the reply, but then I won't reply.
And you'll forget.
And then someone will message me back being like,
Same.
you're a terrible person who didn't reply. And I'll be like, yeah, I did. But I didn't. I just did it in my head, you know?
You saying you're a terrible person, I know you're talking about Josh. Because I've had a similar response to it from him before.
But before I forget, it's kind of like you, Josh, made me remind of it. The other kind of Halloween tradition in the UK is egging.
Oh, God,
shit, yeah. I
So
remember
like,
I forgot that was a thing.
that happened to us one Halloween, didn't it? Because we like to turn our
You
lights
know
off and
what?
I'll give kids sweets.
Do you remember when we used to live in the other area, Ponty, sorry?
Yeah.
I forgot how Halloween works over here. Someone knocked on the door. I was like, what's that? And I think you answered me. You answered like it's Halloween. I don't remember like answering the door. Did I answer the door?
I don't know.
Don't think I did. So I went into panic mode. I was like, shut the lights. Shut the lights. We're not home.
Yeah, because we don't buy any sweets and stuff.
We
So
didn't have any sweets.
answering the door would be even more awkward. Yeah. They're like trick or treat, and I'm like, nice.
yeah, but don't you remember when you were a kid and like you'd knock on someone's door and there were some people, if they didn't have sweets, like they'd give you like a quid. And like, if you're like,
Mate, that was way better.
That's what I mean.
You get some money, you're like,
you're like 10 years
wow!
old and you get a pound. You're like, I'm fucking rich. Like,
Yeah,
The
that's
problem is
exactly.
we don't have cash either.
yeah. I suppose
You're like,
people
would
don't
you
really
take
use cash
would you
anymore.
take a card payment? The contactless.
QR code? Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing with egging, I was thinking to myself, like, were kids throwing eggs at the house just because we didn't give them candy or something?
That's exactly what
I mean,
Really?
that could have been the reason. But
Or they could have thrown it
Dicks.
anyway.
Yeah.
Josh would literally, right? Welcome back to Josh is a dick, by the way. He would buy like
we haven't had this for a while.
he'd buy like a 20 pack of eggs.
Yeah.
Like every Halloween, he's like, I can't wait. And he'd walk in a store, buy 20 eggs, and he'd just walk around the neighborhood, just egging windows.
That's so
He's a
fucked.
dick.
That's
Yeah, Josh,
disgusting.
isn't it? That's Josh.
So, but like, I think when I first come on the podcast, I said about I used to kind of get to live like being naughty, but
Through him.
through my friends.
Right,
Egging's a
okay.
perfect example. I would go around with Josh, he'd throw eggs and stuff, and then I'd get the excitement of like
You sit there
we're
with a
doing bad
rush of it,
stuff.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
we're doing bad things,
That's
we're
what I
doing
mean.
bad
But
things.
then, like, if we ever got caught, which I don't think we ever got in trouble for egging,
Yeah.
I would just be like, well, I didn't do anything.
It's really, really popular round by us.
Yeah, I got
Like
I've never done
it. It wasn't just Josh. It wasn't just like Josh doing it on his own, and everyone's like, "Fuck, that kid's a," like you know.
well, you did these groups of like
No C words, no
Yeah.
demonetize.
you could go out in a group of like 10 to 20 of you, like
I've literally never done it. I've never seen the appeal for it.
I used to like it was every Halloween, like, you know, I'd go to the store, get myself some candy and stuff on the money that I had
Saved up.
Accumulated.
accumulated from knocking doors. Or like if my nieces had gone, because as I got older and I didn't do it, if they had gone trick or treating and got money, I took them to the store and you'd see kids
Buying
walking around the
loads
neighborhood
of them.
and they'd have eggs in their hands.
Yeah.
And there was loads of them. It was so common.
Well, it got to a point where like shops stopped selling eggs for like
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they
around
were
by us they
literally
did
like
too. They wouldn't
but
sell
you-
eggs.
there's
That's
none.
bad.
you used to be able to get so they wouldn't sell eggs to kids. So then like
You'd
the
get the
kids
adults.
would get the adults to buy the eggs for them. And then like so, you know, this is weird like cuz you're like I don't know 13 asking an adult to buy eggs for you. But then some of the adults would be like, "Oh, you know, I remember egging as a kid. Here we are, boys. That'll be fun." Like. But
It's just fucking wild, isn't it?
yeah.
Honestly, maybe I need to do it once just to feel the thrill, to be like to understand it.
I wonder if people still do it.
Definitely,
I don't think it'll be fun.
100%.
I don't think it'd be fun as an adult.
They 100% still do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. As an adult, you go, "Wee," you'll throw an egg, and then you're like, "Shit, that's
Yeah, I just like. Well,
I go
got,
to
I'm in
prison."
trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
I
You
got
can't
hit
really
by
run
one
away from a rule, can you?
from a car once, and that was painful.
You did what?
Like someone drive-by egged me.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
yeah.
shit,
They,
yeah,
they
I-
throw them at people as well, don't they?
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
like when we used to come home from school, like in the run up to Halloween, like there would always be people throwing eggs at our cars. Pretty sure Josh did that as well,
Yeah.
actually.
I wouldn't surprise me one
Pretty
bit.
sure Josh did that, right?
I don't know about egging cars.
No, from a car.
Oh, from a car. I'm not sure.
You're about to
Let's
say you wouldn't
just,
put it
let's
past him,
just
wouldn't
all
it?
go.
Look, I certainly wouldn't put it past him.
Josh did that. Josh is an asshole.
With throwing stuff at cars, the only thing we ever got, I think we said this before, but the only thing we ever got in trouble with was throwing balloons at cars.
Water boons.
Water booms.
Well, boom.
And the person
From cars or at cars?
at cars.
Ah, okay.
And then the person, like, one of them pulled their car over, and we all legged it back to the person's house we
Yeah.
were staying at. And we turned all the lights off and laid on the floor. And the guy it was like something about the in-betweeners. He was just stood at the window being like, I can see you all lying on the floor. Like, what are you doing? Like, and then obviously he went away and we're like, oh, we got away with it. And then the police in the school, like, come and got
Yeah.
us out of class.
Oh,
And I
man.
thought my life was over.
I had a similar story, but it was no, I wasn't throwing them at cars. Me and a friend of mine had water guns, and we thought it was cool as shit to like walk around with them and just like spray stuff. And they were like where I lived when I was younger. There was like this hill that went down and up, and when I came up, there were these bushes that lined around the side, like where the like road went. And we were like, "Oh, we can hide in there, and when cars come past, we'll spray the cars because they won't see it coming." And they won't notice us. And we did that. And the first guy we did it to screeched to a halt, like marched over and like basically was like, fuck you doing? Like looking at us in the bush. And we're like,
That's the thing, see, as a kid, you don't think. But like now I've like drove. If someone flashed
mate,
at
you
my
shit your
windscreen
pants?
with water balloons, I'd shit my pants. Like.
yeah. You'd be like, what
Yeah.
what is going on? Holy crap.
I mean, especially since cars like 20 years ago were made of fucking paper.
That's wild. I mean, a lot of cars now are kind of made out of paper as well. They're fucking
Mate, a lot
terrible.
of cars now are like tanks.
There are some. But like, I don't know. Like, you're completely right as well, Glenn. Like, if I was driving along and like some random water hit my car, I'd fucking shit my pants.
Well,
I actually would.
the other thing, so will we do a bonfire podcast?
I
'Cause to
mean,
me, they're the same. I always group them together.
Yeah,
What, Halloween and bonfire?
let's start some fireworks now first.
No, it's
we'll do a speed.
around Halloween time.
Set off a little firework Pikachu on me inside.
Around Halloween time. Oh my
Halloween.
God, I can't talk. Halloween time.
I like Halloween time as well.
You do like, do you remember Penny for the Guy?
No,
You would make like a Guy Fawkes thing, wouldn't you? And
No.
then- no?
I've never done that.
Well,
I
people
remember
used
that.
to make like Guy Fawkes, so it's like basically like a scarecrow thing. They'd stuff trousers with like straw or whatever.
Oh shit, yeah, I
yeah,
remember
and
that.
then you'd like sit outside a shop with like a scarecrow like man and be like Penny for the Guy Fawkes,
Really?
and then people would give you money, and we used to do it with like our skateboards. So we'd take someone's hoodie and like put a skateboard in it and try and make it look like
It was moving around.
like a no, just try and make it look like a proper made Guy Fawkes, and then some people would still give you money, but others would just be like, "That's garbage." Like,
Oh, so you do like a really knockoff job to
Yeah,
try and
yeah.
get money. Ah, that's fair. I've never done that.
Scammers.
yeah, I used to. That's
Yeah,
like,
that's Glenn. Too.
I don't know if you still see it, but it used to be common when we were younger
Yeah.
to do that. Like, but that's not Halloween. But they're so close to each other. It just
It's literally like Halloween is the end of October, then 4 days later. Is it 4 days? November?
something like November the 5th, right?
Yeah, 5th, 5. I was literally playing this like
The song,
yeah, over it in my head. The 5th of November. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. Oh god, not looking forward to all the fireworks there. Now that I'm older, I hate fireworks. They're so just loud. and
They're
obnoxious.
inconvenient for me because of the dogs now, but they are nice. In
They're nice to look at. But
I
they're
find
not
them boring.
Nice to listen.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I love it.
What's-
like, if
what's
you go to a
boring about
proper
them?
display.
it's like explosions of colors. Ooh, I may as well just watch the window screen saver. Like.
See, there's a word you said there, which will always make
Explosion.
it explosion.
Yeah.
I'm proper like, fuck yeah, explosion.
Just play COD.
True.
I mean, to be
Battlefield.
fair, when we play those games and I blow something up, I'm there going, yeah! So I completely understand.
Yeah, well, that's
it.
because you inconvenienced another
Yeah,
person.
that's fair. That's fair.
You know those fireworks that don't have anything fancy? You know, like there's the ones that obviously like, bright colors, ooh. The ones that like pop with just a white flash, but they have the biggest bang.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
I was
'Cause
gonna
you
say those are the
literally-
worst.
You just like
I hate the
explosion.
bang.
Really?
Yeah.
Because your entire being just starts shaking.
You're all like little monkeys.
Yeah.
Big explosion.
100%.
Just you wait, okay? Until New Year's, Icelandic New Year's.
I really like it's just fucking fireworks, isn't it?
I know, but it's everywhere.
I don't know. I think like it's nice to go to somewhere to see it, but like if they last for too long, I just kind of sit there going, I'm bored now.
We
But
would always
seeing
go-
some nice ones, it is really nice just seeing the patterns and stuff. But I feel like I might be a dog. I just don't like the noise.
We always go like when I was younger. Every year, like we'd go see the fireworks.
Yeah,
And every year, I'd be bored out of my fucking tits.
yeah.
My-
That's exactly.
We'd be in a
it.
field. My shoes are full of mud.
And you
And the only
wouldn't-
exciting thing about it was like the food and candy stalls.
Mm-hmm.
But like they got expensive over the years, so we'd go to see the fireworks, and I wouldn't get the food and candy.
No.
And I was like, why am I here if not to eat?
But did you not get like the? So I used to love getting the glow sticks,
I like the
the
sparklers.
sparklers.
I like the glow sticks and stuff, and I like being around people, but the fireworks is just like,
Oh, I used to love them.
We
Because
done.
did you ever go to the Ponte one?
yeah.
Mate, that was sick. I was.
Do they fire like do they fire just above fields or
Yeah.
above
Yeah,
sea?
Yeah.
Just above fields.
Above fields,
But
okay.
people do them in their houses, and like they're
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger, and they can do some damage when they come back down.
Yeah.
Mate, I was playing a game, I don't know, I think it was around like July time or something. I'm just playing away and there's just loads of banging going on outside. I'm like, what the fuck's that? I look at my window and there's just fireworks going on across the road, like from somebody's house. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what is going on? It was nice to look at, but I just didn't like the explosions.
Yeah, I dislike him more for the dogs now as
Yeah,
well.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
Remy's like in full on panic.
Yeah.
Tychus is panting.
It's
not
one of
fun.
those
That
things
is
where you
better
have to
now.
like plan ahead for the dogs to kind of be like, and it is that might be it because I think I kind of like enjoyed it more, and then when I had a dog, it was always just like when she was freaking out about it all, it just kind of ruined the
You felt
experience of
bad,
it.
you were
Yeah.
worried.
Animals die during
Yeah, they get really
firework displays as well.
what is it like
Scary.
anxious and
Yeah,
uh,
and their little hearts can't
They'll
take
be
it.
at Roy Vaughan this year. So
Make me feel
I
bad
think
now.
they should be fine.
Huh?
that's not
Make me
your
feel
dog, though,
bad
is it?
now.
Yeah, feel bad.
I'm like, fuck yeah, explosions.
Nah, I'm
and
the same as you, Glenn.
animals are dying,
You
man.
fuck yeah, explosions.
It's not your
But
dog,
I'm
Glenn.
still like, oh, poor doggy.
Yeah, feel bad.
Glenn,
Evil people.
just enjoy it. Fuck it, innit? Why not?
then- yeah. Did you know?
Oh god.
Apparently,
Whenever someone starts a sentence with "Did you know?" You know
well, I
you're
don't
gonna
know
get
if
something
this is
big.
true. I got told it the other day.
Yeah.
Apparently, Halloween.
Oh.
Apparently, Halloween is originated from Ireland.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
true,
I know.
this one.
I have no idea. I'm just
I
like,
was hoping one of you knew if it was true. Like,
No clue.
I was doing research.
Where
Now, so.
Okay.
is Halloween?
How would you find that out?
from Brad.
Oh, of course, an Irishman
So,
would tell you
yeah.
that.
Wee! Halloween's origins date back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. Pronounced Samhain. Okay, the Celts who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the
Okay.
United Kingdom, and northern France, celebrate the New Year on November 1. First.
The Celts were
First.
Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and France.
Yeah.
And some in Spain as well.
Okay, cool.
A lot of Celts.
Lots of cool
Yeah,
stuff.
loads of them.
Lots of cool stuff come from the Celts, man. I'm learning so many new things. I learned this year, actually, that a lot of places in Iceland are named after Celtic people. By Celtic people, not after Celtic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh,
Archie
Skorradalur.
Oh,
Like,
that sounds like Scotland.
no. It's different now. It's written differently because the language has changed.
Right.
But apparently there were Celtic people that sort of like came ashore Iceland before the Vikings. And they set up like there's still these caves that were built by these people. And you can go see them in Iceland. They're on the south side of Iceland, and I was at a family meeting there this year. That's how I learned about it.
Yeah.
And then you look it up on the internet, and there's a bunch of places in Iceland that it turns out they're named named by
fucking cool,
Celtic.
though.
Yeah.
Man, Celts are cool. Oh.
Oh, you know the
just got
fucking
attacked.
volcano as well, like Katla and Hekla and all that shit.
Yeah.
That comes from the Celtics.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
It's nuts.
Just realised something.
Yeah.
What?
We forgot about the coolest Halloween tradition:
What's
What?
that?
carving pumpkins.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit, when are
True.
we gonna do that?
We were supposed to do that today, yeah. We can do another one if we can fit one in with Lowell, perhaps.
I don't know how long she's down here for.
She
I don't know if it's
leaves
just Sunday and Monday.
26th.
And Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Yeah.
You can see it on the
She's gonna have a
on the
fucking
calendar, mate.
busy Monday, isn't she?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we used to do it though. Carve pumpkins.
All the time. Yeah. I
Yeah.
find
Never.
that's the one tradition I really, really like. I've not done it this month, but it's I don't know, it was always fun.
Do you remember when we were kids and it was like you eyes, maybe a nose and a mouth,
Yeah.
and now like the stuff people do in pumpkin carving is insane.
I saw Goatsy on one the other day.
Nice.
You saw
Yeah.
what?
Goatsy.
Goatsy.
What's that?
You not seen it? There's an old one of a guy spreading his asshole.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, and I don't even. It's.
I don't know why it's called
can't
goatsy,
show.
but it's just a guy showing you
It-
his colon.
Yeah, it's not. And I don't just mean he spreads his butt cheeks. I mean his fingers
Cool
deep
colon,
in them,
bro.
out.
Oh no.
There's.
That's
I,
not what
mate,
we
I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna.
It's not a
I was gonna.
cauliflower butthole, is it?
What?
What's it called? Cauliflower? No.
I don't know.
Huh?
You know when a butthole is
Oh my God, I
prolapsed?
can't fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, no.
That's called the prolapse.
No, it's called something else. There's not
that-
a,
I
not
can't
a-
believe you just called it cauliflower. That's fucking
Could've been
gross.
That's
cauliflower.
like Ebbs thinking of like a cauliflower asshole is disgusting. That is like that's great.
That's what it is. I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
I looked up Goatsy, and it came up with Goatsy NFT, which is interesting.
Ugh.
So I'm not gonna show. There's one of Mario. I'm not gonna show you the actual picture. Wait, should I show
No,
you the actual
show him the actual
the
picture.
actual picture?
Yeah.
I was gonna say we'll get his live reaction.
Put
but
it
you
on his
can't
window
fucking-
view and you can't get away from it.
I
Oh,
think I got it
I think I
wrong.
need to turn search safe off. I thought I already
You
had
know
one.
it's rough when you got to turn that off. Have you just looked at it, Ebbs?
Hold on. Anal cauliflower. Extreme hemorrhoids conditions where the subject have
Mate, it's all
cauliflower
fucking
like
censored,
abnormal
like.
growth in the anus. Here's an example. Look at the guy. You have an anal cauliflower. It might be hemorrhoids or genital warts.
That's disgusting.
Wait, hold on.
Does that description come with an image?
Highest res
No,
Goatsy.
fucking Urban
Highest
Dictionary.
res goatee. I can imagine goatee is very low res. It's like it came out like what 20 years ago.
That was one of the advantages of people who did like stupid stuff on the internet back in the day. It's like so bad quality now. They can still get away with it.
Get
Oh, oh, I forgot how bad that is.
Oh my goodness.
How ridiculous is that?
You can see it on the camera. Sam.
Blur, please.
Blur, please.
Oh, I'm blurring out. Glenn, you ready?
No.
You ready?
Holy shit. That's his actual inside.
Mate, look at his wedding
Oh.
ring. Look at his wedding ring.
Why would someone do that? Ah! Put it away.
That's fucking minging.
I put it away, Glenn.
Dude, his balls are so low.
No.
His balls are
Oh
closer.
my god, that's his balls?
His balls
Those
are
are his
closer.
balls.
His balls are closer to the
His
tip of his
ball
dick.
and his
I
scroll.
thought his gooch was the ball sack.
Nah, that's his good. That's
No,
his
they're
balls.
closer to his belly than they are to his arse.
I really like the wedding
Oh.
ring. Glenn.
Mate, I can't. You can see right in there. That's grim.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I've seen people do that with a pumpkin, and I'll show you the pumpkin now.
Goatee pumpkin.
The pumpkin is fine to look at.
I've never done pumpkin carving.
No way.
I used to do it. We used to do a lot as a kid. Then I stopped doing it for a while. And then when I was an adult, I was like, I'm start doing it again.
That's so good.
Can that even be shown on?
Oh, that's not too bad to look at.
That's fucking great.
That is really good. That's really
don't
smart.
think-
You normally
Don't think you could show that anyway.
Really? It's a pumpkin, though.
I know. I don't think you can.
Oh, sure.
It's
innit?
the same if you show like a.
Oh my god, that looks so much worse from the phone.
Yeah,
It does look
The problem
like
is they
actual.
look real. So
Yeah.
I'll
It
do a
does
zoom
actually
in.
look real.
I'll zoom in while I'm editing, and I'll see whether or not it's bad.
like you can't
No.
even. I don't think you can even post a peach that looks like a vagina.
I mean, that's fair.
Mongoose.
That's fair. That doesn't surprise me. Anyway, yeah, that's goatee, and I like people who do that stuff where they like carve it all and like make certain bits like thinner so you can actually see like artwork through it. It's fucking insane. It's
I want to
actually
try.
mad. Yeah, it's really cool.
Did you put it in your window then?
Yeah, you do, and you leave it there for you light the candle every night and just leave it there. And I think it's a really cool
You should
tradition.
try it, Ebs. You'll probably make a fancy one, won't you?
Yeah, I mean, like, fucking over. I think the reason probably Icelandic people don't do it is because they don't transport
Pumpkins.
pumpkins. It's too
That's fair.
expensive,
They
and
have
there's no point.
competitions as well of like who can grow the biggest pumpkin.
Yeah.
Only seen that in TV shows though.
Yeah, that's it. Innit? But like one of the well, sorry, I was gonna say, no matter what happens and no matter how good I am, I'm probably still gonna stick with a triangle nose. And they're like little eyes that
Oh,
go out
right.
like that.
Yeah.
And the fucking curvy up and down smile for every pumpkin I do.
It's a traditional pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm garbage or anything else. So. Oh god, have you? Oh, you've never carved a pumpkin? Scooping out all the insides is fucking disgusting, though, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
mate,
stringy.
it's great. Getting your hands in there. bleh.
All the guts. Like,
It's gross.
Ew.
It's all straight. Like you have to like scoop them all out, and it's all
quite a
straight.
wasted, like,
You make pie afterwards as
yeah.
well.
But pumpkin pie's not that great either.
No,
I like pumpkin pie.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I like
Yeah, I'm
pumpkin
not-
spice
I'm not
latte.
freezing.
too.
Oh, that's fair. So you're freezing. Oh. Well,
Right.
we had the heating on, but then I turned it to cool because Glenn was sat there going, "It's fucking hot in here."
I can imagine you're fucking warm.
Are you warm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm warm.
Yeah, we got to keep them cool.
we'll get a little valve go.
Keep him cool. He's cool as shit. He's the coolest guy here.
This sounds really sad,
Oh.
but another Halloween thing. I always remember the events in WoW.
Oh
They
yeah.
always gave-
yeah.
They always gave like a piece of catch-up gear,
Yeah.
like a trinket or something.
The headless horseman stuff, right?
Yeah.
He says
the
events
mount-
and doesn't even know the fucking.
Hallows End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? How does it go again?
What? What are you on about?
Shelter
She's
your
gonna sing
weak,
it.
your young, and your old.
Oh,
Each
yeah.
of you shall pay the final sum.
I'm gonna be
The
honest, I didn't
reckoning
know that.
has come. I don't know.
That's what the headless horseman would say, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
I don't pay attention.
Oh, speaking of which, have you ever seen? I forgot what it's called. I remembered it then, forgot immediately. It was a film.
The Hispanic
film?
one.
What?
A Halloween film?
Yeah, with a headless horseman in it.
Sleepy
Oh.
Hollow?
That's the one. You ever seen that?
That's where he puts the heads in the trees, right?
Yeah, it's fucking grim, isn't it?
Weird, that is.
It's a proper grim film.
Wait, is it a
That's all.
horror movie?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Is it real life, not animated?
Real
Yeah.
life, yeah.
I think I know this, but I never actually watched it.
It was an old film.
Yeah.
I remember it being good though. But like I really like Halloween films. But they're all like they're not scary. I don't know. Scary
even
movies
think
I
of
don't
any
find
Halloween
particularly scary.
films. Like,
Best horror movie.
I don't know. I never used to watch a huge amount of horror films when I was younger, but then like
What's the first one that pops into your head?
I know the best one.
what?
Cabin on the Hill.
No.
It's so good.
Is
it's
it really bad?
It's really bad.
It's like
It's a good movie,
it just mocks
Yeah,
like horror tropes.
but it's not.
that
It's
makes
not
me
horror.
think of Cabin Fever. That's full of the tropes, like there's a scene in here where like they think they're gonna die
Is
and
that the parody version of Cabin?
they
No,
got
it's
this
really-
like disease,
Oh.
and she just says something along the lines of like, "Do you ever think when you're on an airplane and it's gonna crash and you just want to grab the first person next to you and like fuck them?" And I was like, "What?" And then it cuts to them in a bath having sex, and because they got this disease,
Yeah.
all their skin's peeling off.
Oh, what the
It's
fuck?
It's so
Nice.
grim.
Dude,
That's horrendous.
Yeah.
Do
What
they
the
know that
fuck?
their skin's peeling off?
Yeah.
And they
this
just
sounds like a Final Destination
well, they're
movie.
just fucking anyway.
Yeah, it's because oh, it's grim. It's disgusting.
Or Snakes on a Plane, when the snake bites the fucking guy's dick off.
Does that happen?
Does that happen? I swear I've seen that.
Doesn't bite his dick off, but it's definitely.
Just the groin area. Like.
Yeah.
We're
it goes
basically
where it
about
goes.
to kick off. That's fair.
The only one.
Okay, I don't know my favorite horror film. What's your favorite horror film?
I think the one that strikes me most is Paranormal Activity, the first one. because I was really young when I watched it and I watched it in the cinema. There's like a part in the movie, because I was watching in the cinema, there's a part in the movie that goes like a really big bang. Like there's a really slow like
Build up to it.
yeah, a really slow build up to it, and then there's a really big bang that happens in the movie. And because I was in the theater, the bass was immense, and it really just shook me down to
makes
my
sense.
core, and I loved it.
I think we said this before, but like the Paranormal Activity films were really well experienced in the cinema.
Yeah.
Because they would always, you'd always have that one person in the audience is like, like, you know, and then the skate comes and they're like, and they're like,
I
oh.
honestly, I think it's so funny. People hate it. Like some people go see a horror movie and someone in the audience is absolutely losing their shit.
Yeah.
Some people really hate that, but I fucking find it so fucking funny.
It is funny.
Like somebody opens a door in the movie and they're like, ah! They're like, that's not even the scary bit. Like, what are you doing? It's so fucking funny though.
I've never watched a horror film in the cinema.
Oh, it's so
I
much
really
fun.
want to, but like because like horror films are like hit or miss, where it's not actually scary or it is. Like, I'd love to go into one with like no expectations of it, just knowing it's a horror film, and then just like experiencing it.
You should go see
But
Smile.
just
I don't-
smile.
I don't like horror
Is that
films.
what I'm
I think they're just, they're not like horror games where in the game you're in control, which means that you fuck up, you die.
Yeah.
When I'm watching something, I'm like, haha, go on, fuck up, I dare you. Yeah, die.
The only one I remember being scared of was The Ring, but I watched it when I was 12.
That's
so
fair.
It's like,
Yeah.
I think that's more of the
Yeah.
reason why. I was
Mate, the only
scared.
film that's ever scared me was fucking Artificial Intelligence, and that's not even a horror film.
Something scary.
Is that because it could be real?
It's freaky, yeah.
Dude, I don't know how many Scandinavians can join me on this one, but one of the scariest movies I've ever seen as a kid is like Brother Min Leonshärta, or like My Brother Lionheart, or whatever his name is.
So
Right.
not a lot of Scandinavians are going to be able to.
Yes, they do. Like Swifty knows what I'm on about. Johanna knows what I'm on about. I'm pretty sure.
Does Patet know you were on about?
Yeah, pretty sure. These
Pretty sure.
these
Pretty sure.
these
She's pretty sure.
these movies come from Astrid Lindgren. Everyone from Scandies, they know Astrid Lindgren. Anyway, there's a scene in it. There's a dragon in the movie.
Right.
And they hype up the dragon so much. Like, this is the scary dragon, breathes poison, kills everyone, right? As a kid, you're freaked out, right? You watch the movie again, it is literally just like, it's a dude in a dinosaur suit on a set.
She's basically like looking at Glenn and his T-Rex out there now. Rawr.
It's so bad, but it's the scariest shit. When I was a kid, I was like, oh my god! And they call it Hekla or Katla, like the volcano.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god! It's so scary!
So I think horror films are shit. They're all shit. And there's one bit that made me jump, and I think it's some horror film or like Mama or something. Where
Mama.
she's on top of the wardrobe, and then she like leaps down at her. I don't know what film that is. What is it called?
Do you say mama?
Something like that. I think her name's like Mama.
Mother?
Mother, I don't know.
Mother is Jennifer Lawrence in the main.
I don't know. There's a bit where she's like on the wardrobe and she leaps down. It's proper freaky. Can't find
Conjuring?
it. Could be. Could be.
Annabelle?
I think horror films are too long. Because have you ever seen the like short horror films on YouTube?
Yeah,
Like those ones that are like
they're really good.
there was I don't know.
They get to the
there's-
point really quick, don't
Yeah,
they?
and that's it, and they end. Usually, they just end kind of abruptly, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And there's one of them where I think it's like I don't know, a 40-second clip or something like that, and this guy is like going to bed, and he turns his light off, and there's Glenn is slowly deflating.
Yeah, I think the film was called Mama.
I'm gonna pop my head out a sec.
Okay, I'll carry on with what I was saying in a minute, bro. I need
Bye,
to see
Glenn.
this. It's like the T-Rex is going to give birth.
Oh my god, who's in the suit? Who is it?
Hello.
He's being born. It's Glenn.
It's a boy. Oh, hang on.
Too warm in there, are you? Oh, you wanted a drink? No.
I see. I see. Bring the microphone down to yourself.
Was it basically you could just look up and see the ceiling and that was it?
No. I could see.
Oh.
Glenn had to sit there like this.
Right. Yeah. I just need to sit up. That's all. Because of my back.
Okay, so
As you were saying.
really short horror film I saw is this guy going to bed, he turns the light off, and then it's just this shot of this long corridor, and he's at the one end. He turns the light off, and a figure appears when the light's off at the end, and he's like, turns it back on, and it's gone.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay. Turns her off, and it's back. Turns her on, it's gone. Turns her off, and it's back. And he's like, turns it on, and then, and like as he turns her on, like there's something with him, like that jumps out of it.
Yeah.
I remember watching that, and I was fucking shit my pants.
Isn't that a YouTube short story?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Is that the
Oh, there's a Momo short horror film.
oh god.
Oh God.
I think the short horror films, like on YouTube and stuff, are way better because they're just small, concise, and straight to the point.
Get to the point.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember this? Like a manga or like a comic that you could scroll down on the internet. That was like a horror
Yeah.
one.
Oh, and it jumped out.
That's a
at you.
famous
Yeah.
PewDiePie clip, isn't it?
Yeah. I remember reading and I didn't know it jumped out on you. It was like
Yeah.
a Korean one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like you're scrolling down, like reading this, and you get to a point, it's like really loud noises, and like it moves and
It
jumps. At you.
like it scrolls for you and it
Yeah.
just whips through all these images and then sound comes through. It's so well made.
Scared
It's
the
so
shit
cool.
out of me. Like I remember jumping so hard. It reminded me of the. Did you ever play the maze, like the old shitty maze game?
No.
Well, I used to jump out on you as well, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'd like.
Oh, that.
It
Yeah.
was like this old
like-
maze game
yeah,
where like
yeah.
you'd have to move this little block along this path.
So you'd be
And,
really
like,
concentrating.
The path would get smaller and smaller and smaller, and as you get in towards the end, it just pops up with a face. I fucking hated it. I remember doing that
So
once.
cheap.
Yeah, it is. I remember there was actually once where when I was in school, I had that happen to me, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna prank my friend with it, and I made him do it. And he got to the final bit, and I sat there anticipating. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so good! This is gonna be so good." He got to the bit, it screamed. He didn't jump, but I fucking jumped. I jumped a mile. I leapt to the opposite side of the room, and I was like, I knew it was coming. I don't know what's going on.
Look at this picture of Momo.
What the fuck?
Oh, man.
I don't.
That's horrendous.
Oh my god.
Oh.
one's gonna see it. Damn it.
Well, just is that from the film?
It's called Momo short horror film.
Well,
But that makeup is so bad.
well,
Pause a second,
could you?
'cause I'm gonna make noise.
Oh,
Have you ever seen
Okay.
Guest?
What's
putting it
that?
back on.
He's had his drink.
It's alright if you make noises. Don't worry, mate.
You ever seen that one?
Oh, that is
Ew. I've
horrifying.
never seen that, no.
I gotta get closer.
You'll have to send me the link to these so I can put them in the description so people can watch them.
Man, I feel so sexy as a woman.
I lost my
Is it
phone.
awaken something in you? If I'm honest, I'm kind of like sat here with like the thigh highs, the guy.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. Mate, you gotta use that and give her a little blur. That's so good.
Forget.
I thought he would just pick up my leg. I didn't think it'd fucking be full cock show. Oh, I'm embarrassed now. Let's put this back down.
Full on cocker and baller.
Jesus Christ.
In where Western,
My
yeah.
paw anyway.
You what?
My hand.
Yeah.
The other one.
All right. Okay, I was gonna say I had these on, and I was like,
Okay, we're
"Ooh."
gonna have to help him. Where's his
I
claw?
think it's this.
He's
down
looking
here
for his other
somewhere.
paw. Oh, it's my ear. Oh. Ooh. Can you
Woo!
put it on yourself?
Oh my god. Look at him. He's like a kid in kindergarten. Getting dressed to go outside. There you are. Alright, sir. Dinosaur.
I'm not changing the camera at all while we talk about stuff because I just want to. I just want to have this
Rise
slowly
tarnish.
inflate.
What happens when I sit next to fucking sexy Kai-Fi?
Well, you just
Oh my
slowly,
God.
slowly get an erection.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's so bad. Like,
The
it doesn't
Viagra
look,
kicks
it
in.
doesn't look like a dinosaur because you can't see the fucking teeth or anything.
It's slowly inflating. It's all slowly inflating.
Yeah, that's true. Just looks like a penis.
I'm a grower, right?
Grow in our shower.
You didn't have to get back in it, mate.
Now I'm a dinosaur.
The microphone is not even on your face, Glenn. Come on, man.
None of you, I don't think anyone can see it because of the reflections, but I can see Glenn just like crouched over, bent, hunched into himself to show this off.
If you be quiet, sec. Hello?
Yeah,
bad.
but it's not as crisp.
That's okay though. That's just how it is, isn't it?
We need ASMR Glenn boy.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
That'd be fun though, wouldn't it?
But what we'll do now
Little bit
is
slurp.
segue as well to horror games as well. Because I know everybody here has played different horror games and stuff.
Yeah.
And like everyone has different reactions to the different things you get. And like I just kind of want to know like what are some of your favorite ones? Because I know one of my favorite one that I've played recently that actually fucking got me. And I'm again not changing the camera because I want to see Glenn slowly like rise up. He's almost there.
You'd have to like pull my head forward a bit.
Are you at max hardness now?
What
Oh,
a
no.
depressing T-Rex.
Hey, it's growing.
It's caught on my nose.
Alright, pull down your window.
Well, the like where he looks out.
Oh no, you're fine.
There we go. We can actually see properly now as well. Nice. Yeah, one of my favorite ones is the Mortuary Assistant. I actually really enjoyed playing that.
I
Still
enjoyed that
haven't
too.
played that
And
yet.
it scared the shit out of me when I played it. Like, I played it and I was playing it here, and I had Dale sat next to me while we were kind of going through it. I'm really glad he was sat next to me because I was kind of crapping my pants while I was going through it, and having someone else with me was fine. But, like, certain things happen. I'd fucking leap. Oh, God, I'd jump out my skin.
Feel
And
so vulnerable.
it was horrible, and I really liked it. And there was another, like, I tried to play it off stream as well, where there was a time where me and Evs, I think we went for Lily to play League. She was like, I'll be 5 minutes, and it turned out it was 2 hours later she showed up.
Ugh, yeah.
She's a nightmare. Anyway, it was just us two sat there already, like just chatting, and I was like, I'm gonna try and play this. Like, somebody else is here, I'll be fine. I already know what to expect. It'll be fine. And I sat there playing it, and I was like, "Yep, not scared at all, not scared at all." And then all of a sudden, something triggered, and I was like, "Nah, I'm done. I can't handle it." And I was like, "Nope, shut this off. Go play someone else." I couldn't. Oh,
So you're not good with horror games.
I really like playing them, but my my kind of theory with it is if say like with like when a monster appears and you're supposed to run away.
Yeah.
Now my strategy is run at it
Run at it, yeah.
because when I die, I know what's going to happen now. Because
That's
the
true.
fear for me is not knowing what's going to happen. If I run at the monster and it kills me, I know how it's going to kill me, so I'm no longer scared.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work sometimes because sometimes they don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't let you do that, and that's the point where I'm like, okay,
But
I'm
that's-
scared.
That's also the issue with horror games. Like, once you've played them, you can't play them again. I mean, even the first time we played Phasmophobia
Yeah,
it was terrifying.
yeah, actually
But
terrifying.
then, like, 2 months in, you just like go, "Way, ghost comes," and it's not.
Yeah,
it's not as
exactly.
like scary anymore.
Well, we played it recently, and I hadn't played it for ages, and I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to getting scared. This is going to be really fun. I was playing with you, Stan, and Daz. And we got to the first place, which was a camping site, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. What's going on? I was looking around for stuff, turning lights on, and then you, like, within 5 minutes, you're like, cool, we know the ghosts were done.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, I just got in. What the fuck?
It literally gave me like all three evidence in one tent.
Turned around, I was like,
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
goodbye. But get in the van, I was like, oh.
But I have sat in the van in VR, and I got sick even before I left
Really?
the van.
Yeah.
But I felt scared already.
Really?
Just being sat there, knowing what the game's like, and just looking around, I'm like, it must be pretty scary in VR.
Well, I opposite thing. I played it in VR once, and I was playing it I don't know, ages. I think it was shortly after it first came out, and like the fear was still there, like playing it normally. But I played it in VR, and I didn't feel scared at all.
Really?
Yeah, because I was there with the flashlight and the camera and stuff, because you could hold two things in one. I was literally like fucking woo the whole time, and like a ghost would come towards me, and I'm like, woo.
You had too much fun being a monkey.
Basically, yeah. I'm like taking pictures of it, just like, yeah, this is fucking great. Like just flashing shit around, jacking off, and all sorts. And like the fear was completely gone. And I don't know. I think it's just, fuck, I miss VR stuff.
Oh, I want to play
it's such a
fucking Gorilla
ball
Tag again.
I want to as well.
VR is such a ball ache to set up. It's a
Yeah.
ball ache to record.
Yeah.
It's a ball ache to stream. Everything about VR is a fucking ball ache.
It's
It is.
such a nightmare. Streaming it is actually the
And then
worst.
you set it all up, and it's only like 2 hours of fun because afterwards you're knackered and motion sick.
I think we
Can we try it again though?
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. It'd be nice to like play something that's kind of chill, that we're in VR, that we don't have to like run around and do all sorts to
VR
like
chat.
We
ease
all need to
ourselves
go
into it.
into, like,
We could do that
need
as
to
well.
Do VR chat. Like,
Oh my god, can we get Glenn into one of those like furry sex rooms?
like that's what we need to do.
Can we get Glenn in a furry sex room? We can't stream it.
In VR.
VR
No,
chat.
no, nobody
Man,
streams it.
I'd just be sat there in the corner
Problem
like,
is though, like I don't know, like
you know though, if you went into those places, there would be one person in that room jacking off.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
if-
you
see-
just hear labored breathing in the corner, and you're like,
You just
It's
know there are
weird.
people who go into VR chat together to like put on outfits and then jack.
100%.
wild.
like if we're in VR chat, like
Yeah.
I don't know, Sam's a fucking dog boy or whatever.
Yeah,
and
Glenn's
he's, like,
jacking it.
He's
No, I'd
coming
be
on
a-
to me.
I'd be a
and it's-
sexy girl.
It's
Like,
funny, and I'm like whatever.
Yeah.
But the problem is if you with randoms. But I think it's funny. It would be funny going into random series. You just don't know like who the
yeah,
person is,
True.
and like you. I don't know. It just feels a bit risky.
Scared
Like.
of being scammed.
me and Glenn were talking
Catfished.
about this the other day, like literally the same conversation about VR chat, and I said that when I first sort of got it, I put it on, and one of the things they suggested to try, because I was trying to get over the motion sickness, was VR chat, and it put me in this bar and like a tavern sort of thing. There's people fucking everywhere, and I could hear them talking, and I was sat there like,
Glenn, what was that laugh?
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Glenn's laugh sounded like a fucking car
what, like a
leaving.
bar?
I swear, didn't you just say there was people fucking everywhere?
No. Oh, I meant there's just people
Yeah,
everywhere.
he-
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you meant you went into a bar and there's
And
just
people
smashing
fucking-
VR chat.
I meant there
Walks
was
in on
people.
a fucking virtual orgy.
There was people
That's what
everywhere.
I thought you meant.
And like they're all chatting and everything like that, all doing whatever the fuck they do in that, all with their different avatars. And I was stood there as a fucking banana in the corner, too scared to talk. I was there with my head. It felt so weird because it was like it's like going into a room with a bunch of random people.
Yeah.
Like it felt kind of real. Like it's all strangers you don't know. And the thought of walking up to somebody and being like, "Hiya, I'm John. How are you?" It
That
was horrible.
reminds Me. Do you remember when we played Rust?
I think it just
Yeah.
says more about me than others. Yeah.
Well, we were all like together,
Yeah.
like the boys, and we were going somewhere, and then you met some people that like
That I knew,
You knew
yeah.
you'd met them, and you basically knew them, and then you all ran over. I think some of the more social people ran
Yeah.
over, and they're all talking, and I'm just stood there like a melon, and I'm like, what do I do? Like I can't talk to people.
Yeah.
Right now. This is grim. I was like, I need to do something. So I opened my map, and I saw that Kaif had fucked off, and I was like, well, I'll just go find Kaif then. And I found Kaif, and I was like, you didn't want to talk to people either. And I'm pretty sure you were like, yeah, I didn't want to. And I was like, yeah, let's go do our own thing.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I think it just says more about us than it does the situation, really. Too scared to talk to strangers. Too scared to talk to strangers in VR.
I'm useless.
At some point in Rust, I got associated to a different group. I was in like a different group with other
What the
people. Yeah, like I was talking to people I never known before. I was like
okay.
playing the game
Yeah.
with other people, and I was
you
like,
were spades and all that. That was your group.
that was the farm,
horse
wasn't
girls,
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you decided to join the farm.
I think that's who.
No, not
that's
really
the-
join the
That's the
farm.
bit I was
Yeah.
on about. You know,
Yeah.
they were super friendly.
Yeah.
Like they
It's
were
just
giving us like food in the game and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun being there. At one point, I went somewhere and there were like other people that I've never met before, just dudes, and I was just talking to them, and I was like, "It's a bit weird. Should probably go back."
just it's the same sort of thing. You're talking to strangers and you're like,
Yeah, and then you made a fucking traveling band.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was the most fun I've ever had in a game. Oh my god.
I remember that.
Well, do you remember the guy that we played a song for in a bar or something? In his.
I don't think I was there.
Okay, we were playing the music. Obviously, it sounds
Yeah.
horrible,
Yeah.
right? We were all like fucking crouching and uncrouching, just going up and down, fucking playing. I don't remember who this guy was. I think he's from the ZA clan or something.
Yeah.
And anyway, he must have been so grumpy or something. He just went, "Alright, enough of that," and we all stopped playing and just went dead silent. We're like,
It's just like, okay.
and then we just started laughing, and then we just left. We were like, okay, bye.
Me and Josh
Yeah, I remember
went
that.
around killing people. Because
Oh yeah, Josh got in some drama.
yeah, so
Scandalous.
I'll be honest. Like obviously, because
Josh
I'm
is
socially
XQC.
awkward, I struggle and don't really understand
Yeah.
like RP stuff. But the game, like Rust, you know, kill and loot. Like because we used to play RuneScape. You kill someone, you get their loot. It's cool. So because that happened on Rust, I was like, this is cool. So me and Josh went around killing people, and it was fine for a bit. And then we were in like I don't know who, I can't remember who the people were, but Josh just said to me like, you wouldn't do that, pussy. So I just like domed this guy, and then he come back. He was kicking off, and then there was a group of people, and I think we killed like I don't know the
Somebody's
girlfriend
girlfriend or
of someone who
something,
was
yeah.
like I don't know like run
And then
the
they were
server or
like, yeah, I
something.
remember that. Because they were like proper kicking off about it, weren't
Yeah,
they?
and then like Samuel like come back. He told me off, and I was like, "Well, I don't understand." Like I was like,
the poor people to tell you off.
Oh,
What the fuck?
yeah, and, you know, maybe I'm just like, you know, I don't understand. Like, you know, if people want this stuff, about giving stuff. Anyway, like, yeah, it was just drama, and then I don't think me and Josh ever played again.
No.
It's not
But the
annoying.
best part is,
Well- Yeah.
I think Josh got like all the stick for it,
Yeah.
and then I was just like,
Well, it's normally the case because he's the most like vocal person about it all, isn't he? So it's
Yeah.
like,
And doing most of the killing.
yeah. So I
Blank
just,
side barn.
I was
doesn't
just
he?
like, oh, okay, it's not for me. I don't really get it, so I stopped playing. But obviously, when people kick off, I think Josh was like giving his opinion
Yeah.
back and got into arguments. That's probably why he got more stick.
It was like the actual game itself. You're supposed to do
Yeah,
that.
that's probably his
like,
argument. That's how you play the game,
Yeah,
bro.
every man for himself sort of thing. But in that time, we were playing on a private server with like people that, you know, some people kind of knew, some people didn't. So it was like, even though everybody was separate, it's like, you know, if person A kills person B and loads of people know person B, they're like, oh, fuck you. Fuck you for doing that. How dare you? Whereas, like, you know, that's kind of the game, really. It was weird.
Do you remember
But
the hot air balloon?
That was fun.
That was fun.
Oh my god, I remember when we went in one and Cesar was sat in it. I think it was the first time we played it.
Yeah.
It was me, you, Cesar, and somebody else. I can't remember who the other person was, but he was like crouched down. I just sat there giggling. I got a shotgun out. It's one of those ones that you like hit on the top a couple of times and then it blows up. I just fucking shot him and he just flew out of the balloon. I was just creasing myself about it. Oh god, that game was fun. I don't think I'd want to play
It
it
was
again.
fun.
but it was
I enjoyed the most, like the tomfuckery, basically.
Yeah.
Like the fucking around in hot air balloon, the traveling band.
yeah.
That stuff was the most fun. Playing
the
the
downside
game.
to Rust is the comms have like a slight delay to it.
Yeah.
So it could make conversations like really awkward as you spoke to someone, and then there's like this gap, and then they spoke back. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, it's fucking.
It's like
awkward.
talking to Glenn on WhatsApp, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I really liked was that they had payphones around,
Yeah.
and they had a phone book of everybody who had phones in there.
We ordered a
like
pizza,
houses.
didn't
That's cool.
And
yeah.
like I think there was once where I was literally just going through the list, phoning numbers, and people would pick up, and you're just like, ooh, and then hang up. I'd be like, what the fuck's going on? It was so dumb. I think. Oh my god, I can't remember what he said, but it was one of the first times Dale played. And he literally just phoned up a random number. It's just it's on the tip of my tongue. No, that's what it is. He phoned up a random number, they picked up and he just randomly went, Whack Wallace off, and then hung up. We were like, what the fuck's going on? I know. I don't know why he said it, but I remember I could picture his character because when they spoke, their mouth was really exaggerated. He was just like, Whack Wallace off. Just hung up. Oh
You
Christ!
could totally RP the ring in Rust.
Oh, you phone somebody up or
You will
something.
die in 7 days.
There was a creepy thing though as well. I think it was either the first time or the second time we played it, where somebody had set up a prison, and they set her up with security
Oh my
cameras and
fucking
stuff.
god! Yeah, they set up a prison and they had a live cam of it, didn't they?
Yep, and
In-game.
what they did as well
Creepy.
is they had it with the phone box where if you called the number, it would electrocute the person inside and kill them. Oh, Glenn's giving birth again.
Oh, okay.
And I
well,
remember like going onto the computer and looking at the camera
I
and then
can see
seeing
a
that,
dinosaur.
and you'd be like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." You phone the number up, do dial, and there was like a delay, and you go back on the computer, and the guy just dies because of electrocution. You're like, "Oh, this is so cool," but thinking about it, it's so fucked up.
It's fucked up,
It's
yeah.
so fucked up. Oh, Glenn, you deflated it again, yeah.
I'm gonna show a little bit of leg. Oh,
Oh my god, the indecency.
Oh, I was gonna show my leg off, but I don't want to show my dick. Hold
Was it
on.
actually dick?
Well, I mean, no, you can see my pants by here, can't you?
No,
But like-
the
Shorts,
earlier
they're not
one.
underwear shorts.
Oh no! Well, I mean, it was here.
No.
It wasn't an actual dick. It was my fucking. I should have put shorts on. That would have been a better idea. But like, all this is all hair underneath here, where it's all there. It's rough, and the garter belt that Ebs made me put on.
It's part of the costume.
part of the costume.
Part of the costume. You gotta put it on, the full thing, the full shebang.
I took the cat ears off really quick.
True,
They were
they are
annoying as
noisy.
shit. That bell, the bells on it were the worst. But yeah, we kind of segued big time off of horror games. So,
just a bit.
what's your favorite horror
Alien.
games? Oh, Alien.
That was the scariest
Isolation.
one I played.
Alien
That just
Isolation.
saved your life. That just dropped and saved your life. What the
A
fuck?
concrete.
I don't know where to
Thing
look now.
almost
I'm
hit you in the
really
head.
awkward with this shit. Like,
What?
do I look there? Do I look?
Wherever you want. You can
Have you
look
seen
at us.
have you seen Scorn?
Hang on.
Yes. Have you played it?
No,
I sit like this?
but everyone's seen the scene where the
sucky machine.
oh, you've not seen the scene with the dick.
No. There's a dick.
Oh, my
God.
god.
Do I, really?
You want to see it?
No. Do I want to see it?
Well, I
That was quick. Want to see it? No.
had Josh messaging me earlier about making a video for Scorn of like everybody's perspective of it, and I was like, oh,
How
I
long
might
is
play
it?
I've heard it's quite a short game,
Okay.
like I don't know, 5 or 6 hours sort of short, but it is like 30-something pound. So, but I've heard
Spenny?
it's really good. Is there a scene where there's a dick? Yeah.
Do you see that?
Wait, did it just scoop round on
the
his dick?
brightness, up the brightness a little bit.
It's all the way up.
Okay.
What the fuck? Why is that a thing?
I don't know. And then it just keeps sucking him. And then a dude comes down and guts him.
It's fucking weird.
That's so weird.
There's,
What the?
there's so much sexually graphic stuff in Scorn. It's so strange.
The weirdest part
I
about
have to
that
play it now.
is how the penis just goes. Phew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his dick pop goes woo.
Flips.
It was
Yeah.
kind of just woo into
Woo,
it.
and aimed it perfectly. and the machine
That's
was
impressive.
That machine was coming. He's like, mate, I'm fucking hard.
Mate, if like I'm pretty sure if it was me, it'd just get fucking squished up against my body. I'd be like, ow, 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 like fucking push it back.
Can't. His arms are tied up.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
what are you gonna do?
like. Wait, movie here, put it on.
Why, why has he got to constantly suck his dick though?
I don't know. I think the only person who's played it is Dad so far.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Removing
wild,
its
though. Jesus
insides,
Christ.
all of the insides.
I find solo
The
ones
liquids.
a lot more scary
Yeah,
because I'm on my own basically.
I hate the Outlast series.
I just remembered the scariest game I played.
What?
Visage. Did you
Oh,
ever
I
play
was on
Visage?
that.
Big on.
Yeah, have you ever played it?
Yeah, I think I got about halfway through it.
Yeah, Dad said no one
Yeah.
completed it.
No,
Oh, I did.
You did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
completed it. So when it was originally in like early access and it only had 2 chapters, and the first chapter was fucking freaky. The second chapter was like the first chapter was scary, but the second one was really like bizarre and weird, and they were really good, like really genuinely really good. And on top of everything as well, the actual the way the game works, because you've not played it, is you spawn in a house and you walk around it, and some creepy stuff happens. Nothing like nothing actually comes after you or anything, but you'll find an item and it'll be like, this item starts chapter 1. Do you want to start it now? And you can like put it down and wander off, and you'll find a different item, and it's like, this starts chapter 2. This start like another one 3, and so on and so on. And when you start it, then stuff starts fucking around with you. But there's a mechanic in it where all throughout, even if you aren't in the chapters, you have like a sanity thing, and as that starts to drain over time, like if you stand in dark too long or whatever, creepy things will happen, like doors will slam or open, lights will just go off, and like noises will happen. And I remember when I first played that game, I spent about 40 or 50 minutes in the first room because I couldn't leave because I was too scared. I was genuinely terrified to leave because like I'd open a door, I'd walk in, and the lights would just turn off, and I'm like, and I'd run back out into the main room, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And
Pussy.
yeah, genuinely, I was fucking terrified. And really good game, and then they full released it, and chapter 3 came out and 4, and they were not as good at all. No,
That's
not
not
at
fun.
all. The third one was really like compared to the first 2 anyway, and the fourth one sucked dick. And then finishing the game, it was all right. I can just see lipstick on your cup, mate.
It's good enough.
It's just planted on there. But for a first experience, really fucking good. And it's one of my favorite horror games anyway, just for that first half, and I really liked it. But yeah, it was creepy and weird.
I look like a frog.
You see, you look like a frog. What the fuck? That's weird. What the fuck? That's so weird.
You can
What
do
the
that?
fuck? No,
Ribbit.
I don't want to.
Rabbit.
What the fuck?
Ribbit.
Oh,
Ribbit.
I know ones I used to find scary,
Well,
but I didn't play them. I used to watch
Doom.
my dad play them. Alone in the Dark and Silent Hill.
Silent
Now,
Hill is
they
meant
won't
to
be scary
really
now
scary.
because they were for like the PlayStation 1.
I don't know. I
So-
think Silent Hill is still meant to be really
Really?
freaky. Yeah.
But like now you look back, the graphics are awful.
Yeah.
You kind of think like, how was I scared of that?
I think
But
it's either
they-
Silent Hill 1 or 2 that people regard as like one of the best horror games. And
Pretty
like,
good, yeah.
there's a reason people keep talking about it.
It died off though, didn't it? The guy, they released that like super scary trailer, and it was on the PlayStation Store.
Remember they did
like-
PT?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that's
PT,
PT,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, but that was like the guy who made Silent Hill, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And then they sacked him off, didn't they?
Dude, PT
Yeah.
was good as well.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
But did you play it?
Yeah.
I tried to play it, and it was one of those I was terrified of. But with PT, that was literally the trailer for the new Silent Hill.
Yeah,
That was meant to
and
have
then-
Norman Reedus in it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Yeah, we cancel it." And I think
No, they
they cancelled it.
Yeah, 'cause
and
they-
I
they-
think that was around the time where Hideo Kojima started doing Death Stranding and was like, "Norman, do you want to fucking come and
Death
join my
Stranding
game?"
is so good.
It's just a good game, innit?
I don't think
So
I played
good.
that.
It's fucking good.
I finally like played it recently,
Mm.
and I've just dumped so many hours into it.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
really weird, isn't it?
It
You
looks
just
like
you just go
Iceland.
around delivering parcels.
I just
all the
I just
time.
love like the little interactions with the world that you have with people.
It's fucking cool.
We're going along, it's like a little BB sign, and it's like your BB like that, and I'm like, nice.
I played through it and I was like, "Fuck, man, I love wandering around delivering shit." It was so good.
I just realized BB stands for Bridge Baby, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
But the first ones were I
Yeah.
guess the Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
They were like the first ones I watched my dad play.
They were kind of freaky for a different thing. Although they were more like action-y as opposed to like scary. But they were good. I enjoyed those.
I think Resident Evil 7 was good,
I enjoyed that. It was good.
I haven't played it.
and then I enjoyed Resident Evil 8 as well.
It wasn't as good though. But it was still good.
Which one is the big mommy?
8.
8. Okay.
DLC coming for that soon.
Sick.
And they've made her shorter.
What do you mean they made her shorter?
There was a news thing that came out recently that was like, she's not going to be as tall as she was in
What?
the original.
Didn't you play modded versions?
Yep.
Where they like you can get all sorts, can't
Yep.
you?
Yeah, some guy replaced like every model, and it's fucking brilliant.
So there are so many like nude mods and stuff though that you obviously can't play on stream.
Yeah.
But there's ones like one of the weapons is a knife and you change it to a fly swatter And so like you're falling around the big woman, like fucking fly swatting her ass, just like oh, it's fucking good. Like, it was stupid. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and my favorite mod of it was you could change the baby, like you could change the baby's head to be Chris, who's the like grown man. So it was just his head on the baby's body, but you could do the reverse and put the baby's head on Chris. So like one of the first scenes, he like busts into like the house you're in, and he's there with like a gun with all soldiers around him, and it's just this baby, like baby head, fucking man body. It's so weird.
You know,
such a strange thing.
You know, Resident Evil. Is there something about Chris that makes him different from normal people?
No,
No.
it's just a dude.
Okay, because so like in 8, right?
Yeah,
You'll get slashed by something and it fucks you up. Mm-hmm. But Chris is like he gets the shit.
It's just a fucking beast, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's a common thing throughout the games. Like there's a fucking meme. If ever you play Resi 5, the final battle of it all happens in a volcano.
Yeah.
And a giant boulder rolls towards you and gets in your way. And there's literally a quick time event for you to punch this boulder. Literally, you sat there spamming A's. He's punching this boulder over and over again, and then he basically punches it out of the way, and like carries on like fighting. It's fucking stupid.
Mate, I'd love it if
It's daft. Honestly, I loved it.
I'd love it if like Chris had like cornered animal energy. So instead of being like this calm, collected guy, whenever there's a boss fight, he just starts going.
That's the same as the movies, right? They're all messed up. Like in the later movies, they're all psychic and telekinetic and all that.
Well, they started getting more and more weird with every game, and then 5 came out, which basically made it a bit
The
ridiculous.
Vagina Man was this other one, or is that 6?
I think it might be 6.
Okay,
but 5 was basically like kind of serious, but mostly over the top action, stupid stuff.
Yeah,
and then 6 come out. And oh my god, it went off the deep end. It was really fun to play, but it was stupid. There's like fucking helicopters crashing, explosions all the time, and it's meant to be like a horror game. It was so great. I fucking loved it.
because 5 and 6 were the co-op ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
they were.
7 was the one who went to first person.
Yeah, 7 was the one where they wanted to sort of like revamp what Resident Evil was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what they
What a
went back
fucking
to.
decision that was. That was great.
Way better. Like 7 actually scared me quite a lot as well
Yeah.
to start off with. It was a really freaky game.
I don't think 8 scared me. No. There was one time where the old man comes out the curtain right at the start of the game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With
He comes out the
the
curtain
gun.
with
Yeah.
the shotgun. And there was another time where there's a puzzle and you're looking through the window and you're trying to align the numbers. And the fucking guy pops up.
And
the
that
window.
dude just pops in.
Like, you bastard.
I
But
loved it. It was so like stupid. One of my favorite parts of it is very specific. But do you remember like you finished it, right?
Yeah, my favorite thing about Resident Evil 8 is that they literally like stole the plot of X-Men and defeated Magneto with the anti-magnetic, the anti-metal tank. Like,
It's so dumb. I love like one of the bosses was that giant like frog monster, wasn't he? He's
Yeah.
like a giant fish, and there's a certain point where he's like just like you're making your way through stuff, and he keeps bothering you by like swimming up to you.
Yeah.
And there's one point where he dives out of the water at you, screaming, "I'm the best," and just fucking like tries to land on you. And I can't get that out of my head. It's one of the funniest things because this is monster just screaming that he's the best. And I'm
because he's like, I
what the
love
fuck
you,
is
mom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? This is so weird. The entire thing
I've
was
only
dumb.
seen 1 and 2, and yeah, that's it.
So 1 and 2 were good.
I tried to play 1 again. That was fucking rough.
I really enjoyed playing it, to be honest.
I'll try it again, and
There's
I'll actually
a
put it on
remake,
easy mode
isn't
this
there?
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I played the remake. I was like, fuck me.
it was rough. You get used to the tank controls though quite quickly after a little while because you're a fucking tank roaming around. You're basically just running for. It's one of those games where. Did you play what was it called? Warhaven we played recently?
No.
Okay, so if you're running forward,
Yeah.
pressing like A or D to go left and right, you would think it would make you just go left and right like straight away, right? Instead, it just turns you. So like you'll be running forward and it will just slowly turn you to the sides instead.
Okay.
Instead of being really
Instead of your fucking mouse.
yeah. It's really weird. The second remake was really good. The third one was quite shit. But they actually, on topic as well, they actually did a whole reveal of the fourth remake and stuff, and were showing off stuff, and people go nuts about how much they love it. Because I think number 4 is meant to be the best one
And people
in the
go
entire
nuts
series.
about how in the first game there's a dog that you can save, and in the second game it's just dead.
Aw.
Yeah. So in the original, you get the dog, you let a dog's foot out of a bear trap.
Yeah.
But in the remake, it's flat out dead.
Ah,
Grim.
Yeah.
that's sad.
They're remaking one of the Silent Hills as well.
Well, that's good because like I still want to play Silent Hill.
Yeah, that'd be the first time
'Cause
to play it then.
What's with the
It's
obsession with
creepy.
Pyramid Head?
'Cause that's from Silent Hill, and it's just an iconic
Okay.
iconic monster.
The
In it.
Pyramid Head and the creepy nurse.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Keep-
What is it with,
keep
what is it with
seeing-
Japanese games and having like insane concepts for stuff?
I don't know. They just go, hey,
Like
what the
what?
fuck?
They make some fucking
What's the idea with Pyramid
really
Head?
cool shit.
I don't know. I think it's just a.
Yeah, is there a story behind him? Like?
I don't know. I've never played Silent Hill, but I think it's just basically a dude with a huge and a giant sword.
He does. He
who's
has
just-
a giant pyramid head and a
who's just
giant.
Yeah,
chase-
yeah,
who's just
I've
chasing
seen
you
him.
around with a sword.
I've seen so
It's
many
just
like
creepy
thirst
that something's
TikToks
coming
and
after you.
pictures of this guy. He's ripped.
Well,
Do you reckon, right?
people like the sexualized horror stuff. So.
Do you reckon Pyramid Head, right, came about when they were? If probably not, right? But it'd be really funny if like they were trying to model him and something went wrong with the mesh, and you know how like objects like stretch infinitely,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it made his head look like a pyramid, and they went,
Oh, that's good. We'll go for
something-
that. Yeah.
that's cool.
And to go to the sexualization of Pyramid Head. I've seen people sexualize Five Nights at Freddy's characters. So
Yeah. That's weird.
yeah, Roxy as well. So
Yep.
it's just one of those things. I mean, I've also seen people sexualize SR members. So people will do that with anything. Stan mainly.
yeah.
That was weird.
My God.
I know. It was so strange. Oh, God.
God, the best part is when Roxy's eyes get fucking launched out of her head by that go kart.
Jesus Christ. Oh, it's one of the stupidest
That's
things.
what happened to Roxy.
Is
Yeah,
it
Five Nights.
of all? It's so out of place. There's like this cutscene where you're driving the go kart, and you go from like a scary game to like Gregory just like going out for a nice day out on a go kart. There's no explanation for why he's going for a ride.
I think it was something like,
Is that the newest one?
Yeah,
it's something like she gets angry if people are on the tracks.
yeah.
And that
she's
was
just
it.
going, but like he's just there going for a little scoot, and then she's there, and then there's this slow mo shot of the go kart hitting her in the head, and they replay it several times, but in a
Literally.
closer cut.
Like quite literally, he goes along, he's driving there, and then she's in front of him. He jumps out of the car, and the car just flips like 4 different times and smashes it. And as Kai said, they replay it 4 times. It like hits her once, and then they replay it another time. And
Just so you know that she's dead.
that's stupid. Yeah, it was dumb. It was
But she
so
wasn't
dumb.
dead.
No, she wasn't dead.
I mean, she's just a robot, isn't it?
She got back up and she was blind.
Yeah.
No.
I actually thought that bit was really sad because like she's like wandering around, like crying all the time, but because she can't see.
But she's also crying all the time because she's not the best,
yeah.
and she wants to
She's
be
the
the best.
opposite of the giant
Best
fish in
what?
Resi. Just the
Huh?
best out of
She wants to be
everything.
the best
Animatronic?
animatronic.
She wants people to love her.
Isn't that the case though?
What? Oh, people do love her, but for different reasons now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
They want to come in that exhaust pipe
yeah,
like.
exactly.
Aye,
My one of the other ones that got me was when you kill what's his name, Monty, and he like falls off. Like it's all
Yeah.
the like the things up above, and he falls off this. I don't know. You cause him to like fall off the catwalk.
Who's Monty?
The crocodile.
The alligator.
Alligator.
Oh, I've seen him sexualized too.
Oh, there you go.
I just I love like Freddy's voice line. He's like, the Fazbear camera works on everything except for Monty because he's wearing glasses.
It's so dumb.
What the
that
fuck?
game.
But he says it so casually, except for Monty because
Are
he's
they
wearing
still
sunglasses.
like working on that series?
Yeah, there's DLC coming out for
Probably it's
Secret
like
Roof.
fucking money
There's
bags.
DLC coming for that, which
Glenn,
is
there's a giantest hole in your sock.
Like,
God.
Mate, show the fucking camera
show
that
the sock. Show the sock.
No, it's my feet.
Mate, I showed my dick earlier.
He's
Show
got
your
he's got a
face.
hole about that big in his sock.
Jesus.
Go on, show your hole.
No. It's my hole.
Show your hole.
That's my hole.
It is a big hole. Though.
Yeah, they're making DLC for Security Breach,
Yeah.
and dude, the creator keeps releasing books like to do with the story and everything, like constantly. I think he's released, I don't know, like 20 odd books or something.
So in
I
in
don't
Security
get the
Breach,
fascination.
do these animatronics have souls in them, or no, they just animatronics?
we-
Did they eat
I don't
people?
think we know.
It was what's the story of Five Nights at Freddy's? Like the kids die, and was it William Afton puts the souls of the kids in the animatronics?
Wait, is there a murderer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's not. Is he a murderer? It's more like okay, one of them is a murderer.
the original guy murdered children, and I think it was he just killed children, but he used the animatronics to capture them. They'd have something inside of them that would lure the children. It was like a voice box or something that would lure them in to like go and do something. He'd mainly target children that were on their own, and then there would be like a grabber inside of them that would grab the children and trap her inside, and then take it to the back so he could then kill them.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was a
when they
kids
died,
game. Like it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
No, it's horror for
when
kids.
when they died, it was like their souls got locked to the
The
robots.
animatronic,
To the-
yeah.
It wasn't purposeful. It was like something that happened
Did
just
that all come
accidentally.
after? Like, 'cause
No.
which one did we play?
The first and second one.
But like, I mean, I don't really pay attention.
We
The-
didn't
the
finish
lore-
the first one.
But
The
they
lore
was-
is really well hidden in Five Nights
So-
at Freddy's. A lot of
okay.
people had to, when it first came out, they had to speculate what happened. And
Well,
then,
that's what
and then the
the-
creator would be like, yeah, that's what happened.
Is this the Blade of 87?
There
So
was
we played the second one, and if we
Yeah.
carried on playing that, like there's a thing where if you die, there's a chance of a mini game popping up, and
Yeah,
we had it
we had
happen
one of them.
once.
Ah,
But there's loads of these different ones, and there's just all this vague story of all this. And if we finished them, we would have basically just found out that murderer and all this.
because the
But
speculation.
a lot of
lore-
it is speculation.
You
Lore
see the
videos
murderer?
are really popular, weren't they?
Yeah.
The lore videos are
You
really
don't
well
actually
done.
see him like you see him as like a pixelized version, because all the story is played through like pixel games that are inside of these games that are hidden away.
Right.
Although you do see it because the murderer becomes an animatronic. Because honestly, it's so dumb. There's a suit that has these spring locks on it that if they get moisture on them, they'll lock and jam and kill whoever's inside. And he hid in that suit. And something happened. I forgot what happened, but
He
I think it
gets
was like a
lost in
sweat
it.
or something that caused this to like kill him while he was in this suit.
But
And
it
then he
turns
came
out
back
he's
to
not
life.
dead.
He like came back to life, and now he's called Springtrap. And
Yeah.
he's a
Isn't it-
very popular
Isn't there one
character.
where Michael Afton's skin? No, he becomes like a little shriveled purple little dude, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And
he gets scooped and dies, and this amalgamation of them all goes into him to use him as a skin suit,
yeah.
and then eventually, like
Yeah,
his
they
whole
scoop
body
out
is
his
rotting,
insides, don't they? And then they use his skin in order to get out into the real world.
and then like it slowly rots over time because obviously there's no organs or anything, and then he just turns to this.
Even if it's horror for kids, that's grim. Like,
It's fucking grim, yeah.
mate, I don't think it's horror for kids.
It is. It's
Why
I
like
think it's
is-
meant for them.
stuff
Why-
like Five Nights at Freddy's, a Poppy Playtime are literally.
Why is it so fascinating to this community, this animatronic thing? Why is it so fascinating? I don't
It was
get
because
it.
they had.
Oh,
so
I
much-
love it. I love the whole story of it. It's just
I think the
interesting.
story is
It's
cool.
because the story wasn't spoon fed to you. You had to actively search for it. So it built a
Yeah.
community of people who speculated together. So it was a lot of
Yes.
enjoyment and a lot of like social contact to.
It was
to look
basically
into the
lore.
as well. The popular YouTubers played it,
Yeah,
and people wanted to see popular YouTubers get scared.
true.
And because of that, with this vague story in the background as well, it caused interest in it, where people would as Kai said, speculate it all. And it just became more and more and more to the point. And then obviously, cute, colorful animatronics make
Yeah.
plushies.
It is
It's just
horror
had
for
like
kids
a-
though.
I think it was
good
that
for merch. Like,
the
Good
this
for merch.
people
Really
are like
good.
fascinated with like anime characters that have like cat ears or like
Yeah.
animalistic characters or something like that, and then it comes like robots. I'm like, huh? It's like,
Yeah.
what's the fascination with robots? I kind of get the
It's because they're
the
very.
story.
They're very.
Iconic.
Yeah, they're very recognizable as well. This.
Yeah, but people
like-
are making their own.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that happens
because
to
it's
everything.
it's horror games tailored to gather the interest of young people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why like like we seen Rob's kid literally singing Poppy Playtime fan songs.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, Rob, he knows about Poppy Playtime. He's like, yeah, it's like fucking massive.
It's
Well,
wild.
Never played the game, like, but
Yeah.
still
I can't
knows
remember
all
what the song
songs.
goes
Yeah.
like. The song goes something like Huggy, Wuggy, Huggy, Wuggy.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
it just it's
Oh,
over and over and over.
I
and over.
remember you picked it up at one point. You were like, "Wait, is that?"
I was
Poppy
just like,
Playtime?
Rob, is he singing Huggy Wuggy? And he's like, yeah, it's Poppy Playtime. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, there's toys of fucking
Yeah.
Huggy going around, and it's like it's mad how popular it is.
That's so weird.
But like Springtrap, which is the murderer in the suit, is like one of the most popular like toys for kids, and it's literally a murderer of children.
Great.
I know, it's wild, honestly.
Well, we've seen how people fucking idolize serial killers, so
Yeah.
it's nothing new. Like that new one on Netflix. Have you seen some of the tweets about it?
What, the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, and they're like there are people on Twitter just been like, oh my god, he's so hot. Oh,
Honestly,
Fair
it's so
man.
cringe.
Oh,
It doesn't surprise me at all, but it's just yeah.
there was a different. Was it Jeffrey Dahmer? Is there somebody else? There was like an American serial
Ted Bundy.
murderer,
Ted Bundy, where people that was a case
It's because
where,
Zac
like,
Efron played him as well, didn't it?
yeah, but like even when Ted Bundy, people didn't believe that he was murdering people because he
Yeah,
was
Because
so
it
hot.
was so
so
handsome.
charismatic.
Like
Yeah.
he had like fan bases of people being like, how can someone who looks like that kill?
It's mad.
mental.
man.
Everyone can.
Actually mad.
They're like, oh my god, he's so hot, he's innocent.
She just whispered, "Everyone can." I was just like, "Can we swap seats?"
Okay, I want to ask a question, right? Doom. Did you guys get scared of Doom?
Well, the original Doom
The
was
old Doom.
The old Doom.
Doom was just a shooter.
I thought it was super scary.
Really?
Because the dude in the front, you know, when he gets hurt,
Ugh.
yeah, then it goes blood and he's like really angry. I'm like, why is he looking at me like that? And I'll try to play it, right? My
Trying to
brothers
kick
were
ass
playing
and
it.
chew bubble gum.
That's Duke Nukem.
I'm all
Duke
out of
Nukem,
gum.
yeah.
I fucking love Duke Nukem.
What was it?
Just Doom first, then.
I'm gonna cut
Yeah,
off your
you
head and shit down your throat.
Is that from the game?
Yeah. Dude,
Mate,
nah.
in the
Doom
old
scared
Duke
the living crap out of
Nukems,
me.
you would go to strip clubs and go up to strippers and throw money at them as just this random thing that happened in levels. It was fucking wild.
I tried to play Doom because my brothers owned it. And I was like, oh, that looks so cool. And I tried it. Obviously, I had no idea how to play video games because I was so young, right?
Yeah.
And then these monsters came up that are invisible. I'm being hit. And my guy is staring at me, getting bloody, angry, looking at me. The sounds are super scary. I'm freaking out.
How old were you?
Tiny, mate. I don't remember how old I
Tiny isn't
was.
an age.
I know, but I was so young, man. I don't remember.
And then
I
did you
can't
get
pinpoint
scared
it.
of Doom 3? Probably not.
No, I didn't play anything other Doom than that. I got scared.
Like when Doom 3 came out, like, let's make it a horror game. And
Is it action?
Wait, really? It was a horror game.
Yeah, do you remember Doom 3? They were like, hey, let's try and make Doom a horror game instead. And people were like, what the fuck's this?
No, I don't remember
Oh.
that.
Like you had a mixture of people who were like, it's kind of a fun game, and you had a mixture of people like, this ain't fucking Doom.
It's not
Yeah.
Doom,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Have
It's
you
not
played the
murdering demons.
new ones? Like the new Doom games?
Nah.
They're fucking
They look
great.
good though.
They're so good. The music is amazing. The gameplay is so fucking
Do you remember
good,
the Doom
honestly.
film?
No.
No.
Was
The
it
Rock
Doom
was in it,
film?
wasn't
So Rock was in it.
Really?
And
Yeah.
I forgot the guy's name.
Because they had
Who plays Eoma?
It went first
from
person.
The Boys.
that was a big thing. Like they filmed in
Yo.
first
Who?
person.
The main actor from The Butcher from The Boys. Eoma.
Oh,
Oh, is that the actor's name?
No, Eoma is the guy from Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
you mean
he's one of
the
the
guy in, yeah, he is, isn't he?
Do you mean diabolical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Fucking diabolical.
Diabolical, yeah.
I finally finished
Bottle of
the,
water.
I finally finished the third season of the Boys the other day.
It's so good.
Fucking good.
It is
man.
so
good.
good, man.
It's so good.
The particular scene that made me being like, "What the fuck?" was when they go to the orgy, Herogasm, and like you literally see the toilet camera, the guy's dick and balls, and I was like,
It's so good. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? It's just an upshot of cock.
I was like,
oh god.
I was like, is that a real set of balls or is it prosthetics? And if it is prosthetics, why? You could just use real balls, like at that point.
It was
Might as well.
definitely
It's
real.
definitely
It was
real.
definitely real.
That's the season where the small person
Goes in the dick.
in the penis.
Mhm, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fucking grim.
Yeah. It was. I remember because we started watching the third season together, like us three, and Dale was sat watching it in the office, and we got to that point, and we were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I think his name is Carl Urban.
What the
Yeah,
fuck
it's
is
Carl
going
Urban.
It was ridiculous. Oh god. But yeah, it was good. I'm really looking forward to future series.
Yeah, not many
It'll be
people
great.
remember he's the
I think I
the
saw
main
it.
actor in Doom.
Yeah, because I think it's The Rock gets the BFG in the film.
Yeah,
and then
he does.
he swaps the first person view of
What the
him
fuck?
with
No,
the BFG.
Carl
I'm gonna have to
Urban,
watch it now.
He gets the first person scene.
Oh, right, okay.
He takes like a drug or something for the adrenaline? Yeah, and
I'll be honest, I can't.
they literally they reenact the first person
Yeah.
Doom scene in there.
I just
I'm gonna
remember
have
that
to
being a
watch
big
this
part.
like later because this sounds amazing, but also
I
really bad.
enjoyed it. It's probably shit thinking back, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, especially because I was like, oh my god, Doom.
Yeah.
You need to turn more towards the camera. People need to see your beautiful face.
Hey,
If you want a really good, tough game, though, playing the new Dooms on like the hardest difficulty for it. Well, actually, it's on nightmare difficulty is fucking awesome, but it's also really hard because Doom has nightmare, which is the hardest one. It
Yeah.
also has ultra nightmare, which is that version, except permadeath. And
Sack that off.
oh god, the amount. Oh,
Glenn, you
Christ.
couldn't do easy mode, mate.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Not for me, like-
I've seen people try it over and over again. There were like people streaming it when it first came out, and like they'd get to the final boss on it and then die, and they've done the entire game, which takes I don't know 10 hours or so to get to that point, and then they die, and they're like fuck, and I have to go do it all again. I couldn't.
Did nothing like in your childhoods, anything game wise or a movie that you saw a glimpse of just scare the absolute living shit out of you as children?
Yes.
Heart of Darkness.
What's that?
It's a PS1 game and it scared the fuck out of me. It's really cartoony as well.
Oh, darkness.
There was a. Do you ever watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
No.
Okay, my mum loved it and would watch her all the time. There was an episode where the villain was a clown.
Oh.
And that scared the shit out of me. I was like 4 or 5 when she was watching it, and it always scared the absolute shit out of me. I hated it because there was like a clown. It was like a monster that like dressed up as a clown to lure people in or
Yeah.
something. Scared
Clowns
the
are scary.
absolute pants out off of me.
What about you, Glenn?
Well, I remember, like I said, I used to watch my dad play like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and that,
Yeah.
and that was kind of scary. But no, this is speaking of Doom though. It just reminds me of playing Carmageddon. I don't know. It's nothing to do with Doom, but they just played it at the same time.
Yeah.
And that was kind of weird because you used to drive a car and you'd get points for running people over.
Yeah.
So like,
Heart of Darkness.
I remember that. I remember the shadow and shit.
Yeah,
being
so
really
the shadows
freaky.
would like tear you into shreds and
Yeah.
just leave your bones. And it used to freak me out.
was
Like
always
it was a
creepy.
kid getting shredded into nothing.
That's kind of
Really
There were
weird.
some really freaky games back then. Like proper freaky.
Abe's Odyssey scared the fuck
Abe's
out of me.
that was
Odyssey.
strange.
Abe's was...
Scared the fuck out of me. And
I
just
love
some
that.
weird alien.
You used to be with the fart, right?
Yeah. And you'd sit there, you'd find all your mates, and you'd have to go to like get them to move.
Follow me.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Oh, God.
I was so confused because I played that game when I was a kid too, and
Yeah.
I didn't understand English, and I barely understood the concept. And then later on, I figured out, wait a minute, the factory is killing my people
Yep.
into beans.
That was the story. Is they like
Really?
the reason he wanted to escape is he found out that the new product that the company he worked for, like because they were basically slaves, were
Yeah.
releasing was his race in a can, and they were like liquidizing
The new
them and
product,
like
yeah.
selling them as food.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was like, oh no, I've got to get me and everyone out of here. It was so fucked up.
It was
honestly.
honestly, the game is so scary, and I like the concept because it's so absolutely fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
The you know the yellow dudes with the guns, the
Yeah.
ticket,
They were so cool.
Oi!
That's pretty
like the
grim.
laugh of like
Yeah. They were so cool, honestly.
Like it's not so bad now because of the graphics, but the concept is still
they
grim.
literally like they grab you and they just fucking swallow you.
Oh, what the
Let me
frick?
show the camera.
That's so scary, man. Oh my God.
Just like fucking eat the kid like.
I've
scary.
read a lot of people have said that is like one of the games that really scared them when they were younger because of like those things.
It was just like you weren't expecting to see like a kid get like
Ripped.
their
Ripped
flesh like
out.
blood.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how like back in the day, like movies and video games, people went all out in the scary shit.
They
like-
went ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually like, oh, I love it, honestly.
I think most horror games now though are kind of like they all follow the same sort of trope and like of, you know, first person, like kind of just scary stuff as opposed to like really weird concepts like that.
Yeah.
Like a side game of I want more games like that. We're talking about Ames and I'm like, I want to go and play that now.
Yeah.
I want that kind of like, I want to do that. That
It's just,
sounds
it's
fucking
just
good,
easier to remake old games now, isn't it?
Like. Yeah.
I mean,
I hope they
I think they
remake Heart of
remade it.
Darkness. Although they don't really have to do much for that. The game already looks good anyway.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks really good.
You put that up there and I'm like, fuck no, that could come up now and I'd be like, oh, all right.
Super old PS1 game that is.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. It's fucking
And
cool.
the intro cinematic is so weird because they look like really clay-like. So the whole thing
isn't there
freaky.
like, okay, so cartoons, right? I remember there was like a horror dude in one of the movies. I don't remember which it was. It was like Goo. It was like Tar. It was a bad guy that came out of Tar.
Was this a film?
Yeah. This is a kid's movie.
How long ago?
Pretty old.
There's one that
And he looks scary as shit.
comes to mind that people keep saying about with an old cartoon that was like horror.
Goosebumps. That
No.
wasn't a
No.
cartoon, but like,
It was one, I can't remember what it was. There's one film that people keep saying about that being really creepy when they were young. I can't think of what it is.
It might have been that
I'm
Tar
gonna have to
dude.
look her up. I'm gonna have to look her up.
But there's loads of like old school like cartoon
You love
characters
the
that
wig,
are
didn't
like
you?
scary as shit.
You love that wig, didn't you?
It keeps repositioning
Like-
it.
Oh right.
No,
I
you-
keep seeing you like
yeah, you
like
keep going,
adjusting
like,
it, and I'm
here.
like, he's enjoying the long
these,
hair.
these little strands keep going in my eyes and stuff. So I gotta get out. Yeah, like it is literally like constricting my scalp at the moment.
I'm gonna look up the
I don't think I've ever seen
the
like a horror cartoon.
thing for it. Oh, that feels kind of nice now to have my
I'm gonna
hand
make
back.
noise a sec. I want to get.
I'm gonna have the camera on you while you do that. I'm gonna look up this film.
Oh, don't be like that.
Hello.
Too late, mate. We're both on our phones, so. There was one. Are you,
Yeah.
right? Are you okay,
Just
Glenn?
giggling to myself.
You
Like,
struggling?
yeah.
Oh, was it Fern Gully?
No.
Never heard of that.
Fern.
One of the things, what is the most horror cartoon? Top result, Chainsaw Man.
Sounds like a horror.
It's not. It's an anime
Oh.
that has had like one episode or two episodes. Don't hug me, I'm scared is on there.
Oh,
Oh,
mate,
Christ.
that thing's weird.
Oh, okay. Save it. Save it.
Animated children's movie. Let's see. The Black Cauldron. That was it.
Black Cauldron. Look at this guy.
Yeah. Wait, that's Batty Coda.
Back you?
The only reason I know that is because Dale named. I had the same reaction when Dale named one of the bats in Ark over it. You know the bat that's like flying around.
Yeah.
Dale was naming one of the his Ark creatures after it.
Yeah.
And I went. That's a sus name, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh no, it's because it's from this film."
There's
I'm
also
like,
like the bat is also animated just like in Anastasia. Anastasia also was fucking creepy as shit. There was some
Was it?
like
Never watched it.
the way the bad guy in Anastasia, died.
Anastasia.
He
Isn't
like
that the
he
film with
shriveled
the
up in
orphan?
bones.
That rings a bell.
She sang
Yeah.
that song, "Wake Me Up Inside."
It's not the one I remember. Wasn't Anastasia about an orphan and stuff?
Do you not know the story about Anastasia
I never watched it.
of the royal family?
No.
Oh, okay. It is a real story. It's a royal family that got. I don't remember how it goes actually. They got like overthrown by common, like by people in
Peasants.
the peasants. Goddamn
The
peasants.
common people.
I mean, they got thrown out, and the real story is that these people of the royal family went into hiding, and they never found the body of Anastasia. So people thought that she was still alive, but she definitely dead.
as a side, I think this is the last episode of the month
What
of the Tavern.
is it?
It
We're
might
rec-
be,
I think we're
'Cause
recording one.
I think the next episode might be like November 1st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come out
Why? What
Oh,
was that?
right.
after.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
just
okay.
saying, like, this is
Yeah.
the Halloween one.
Oh,
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Happy Halloween,
Fucking happy.
fuckers.
Do it again.
No.
Oh, come on.
Happy Halloween, fuckers.
Ni hao,
Come on,
James.
Glenn.
Rawr.
What do you want?
It's happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
You went from like the most shy person to like just fucking awkward. Like, what
The
the?
suit's off, man. You can see
God.
him now. He's like,
Like, I hide in my chin.
Happy Halloween. Come on.
hérna, happy
Ok.
Halloween. Njótið
Speak louder.
helgarinnar og bara eigið gott
Mary
yfir,
Lloyd, play.
Are we?
yfir mánuðin. Já,
Should we
njótið.
stop now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone got anyone else they want to? Anyone else? Anything else they want to talk about?
Tomb Raider. Did
Wanna talk
anyone
about
find
Tomb Raider
Did
right
anyone
now?
find Tomb Raider scary?
The first Tomb Raider scared me. The butler was horrifying.
True.
I never found Tomb Raider that scary, to be honest.
I thought
with
it was scary because
The butler
when
was
bad
so
guys come in,
scary that I actually looked up a walkthrough on how to get him stuck in the freezer.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of it.
Butler in the first one.
Yeah,
Dunno.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
deal with him. I didn't.
Yeah.
He was so fucking freaky.
you want to just put them in the fridge, put them away.
you. Yep.
Nah,
Put 'em
the
away.
scary bit for me
Follow
in
you
Tomb
everywhere.
Raider is when you're like walking around as Lara Croft and then music starts playing.
It was quite an eerie
And it
game. There's not a
had-
lot happened, and then all of a sudden it was like dinosaurs.
For some reason, I found
Dun, dun,
water
dun, dun,
terrifying in
dun,
Tomb
dun,
Raider.
Oh, it was.
I
It
don't-
was, wasn't it?
Water
I
scary.
don't
It's the
think it
same with
was-
like Sonic, wasn't it? Where like you go in water.
Oh, the sound. is Sonic, yeah. But Tomb Raider, it had really crappy camera angles, didn't it?
Yeah.
And like
Awful.
that made it more scary. You
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
the music.
Yeah.
You couldn't see what was coming.
Like bats and rats would be on the floor. You couldn't see them unless you had a torch or something.
Yeah.
The music starts playing.
Really cool, though. They're like, oh.
So series still go it.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider, yeah.
Yeah, it still makes games. I remember.
They ruined it for me. now.
I'm sad they got rid of her triangle tits though.
I know.
Yeah, I want that triangle taste back.
It
Have you
would be
seen
nice.
people when they do the cosplay
And they have the-
the triangle
That's
tits.
good.
I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna do that on stream. I'm gonna like get a cardboard box corner and just stuff it underneath my shirt.
Play the new Tomb Raider games and do it.
That's my plan. I was gonna play the old
my
games
idea.
actually because I never played them because when I was a kid I tried to and then I got scared.
I just always remember when you're like trying to line up a jump and stuff, and you're like, ha, jump in towards things, and you complete like whenever you played it, you'd like jump a gap and try and reach for the edge. Like, she would just kind of like fall like that, and you'd miss, and she just falls into a pit and dies. And you're like, fuck.
I also
Gotta do it
fucking
again.
loved Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
That was fucking good. Wasn't
I
it?
never
So
played
good.
that.
That was a great game. The series was really good. All three of them were really, really good.
Film was shit.
Did you
Yeah,
ever play
noticed that.
Prince of Persia.
Jazz Jackrabbit?
No.
Wait, was Jake
Sometimes.
Gyllenhaal your main Prince of Persia?
Yeah,
I owned the DVD of that.
yeah.
My man bought it for me, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be cool." I watched it, and I was like,
Gay beach.
Did you ever play Jazz Jackrabbit?
No.
"Jazz Jack Rabbit." That's what he's saying. What the fuck is that?
Mate, it's so good.
Did you ever
Go
play
on.
Papa Rapper the Rapper?
Yes.
What is Jazz Jack Rabbit then?
It's just like a 2D side scroller where you play a rabbit, like
Oh,
with a gun.
you ever play Toe Jam and Earl?
No.
That was a good old game. And I actually, looking back on it, it was not a good old game. It was fucking garbage.
Oh man, I just remember the Looney Tunes game as well.
Which one?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was one where like you played two Looney Tunes characters and you change between them, like Taz and
I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I remember that game. Yeah, that game was fucking cool.
because they
I
all
can't
had,
remember
they
what
all
it's
had their
called,
like uses. Like Taz could do the spinning disc, so
Yeah.
you could fly up. I think, and yeah, it was a pretty good game.
though. It was fucking cool.
I want to
remember
make
that.
my own horror game.
Good luck.
That seems like
I
a
heard
lot of
I heard Unity's got a lot of stuff you can use.
Just
No,
steal
I
all
had
their
an
assets.
idea.
I heard this is really nice garage you can use as a lobby.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
seen the guy
mate.
who made the? I feel bad because I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a horror. It's a train. That's a monster. It's coming out like next month.
Oh,
Oh, Choo Choo Charles.
That's the
Yeah.
one, yeah.
So he
Yeah.
was like, "I'm gonna make my own horror game."
I think I think he explained it recently. He was like, I'm gonna make a horror game. I ain't got the money. I'm gonna make a YouTube channel about making a horror game.
Yeah.
Make money.
Make money.
And then
Make the
but
money.
basically the gist of it was he didn't realize how long it would take him, and like he just kept missing every deadline he'd set.
He announced it, I think, like 3 or 4 years ago, and I saw a trailer again for it.
It's coming
like,
out next,
like a week
December.
or two ago, and the trailer was basically exactly what I saw 4 years ago.
It's got
Except,
quests in
awesome.
it now and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks good.
I really
I'm definitely gonna play it.
like. I wanted to make a video
Same.
game like horror. I have this like concept in my head that I wanted to create this. Essentially, I wanted to create a character that goes through all the like Celtic ghost stories. For example, like Headless Horseman and the Black Wolf and all that stuff from here. Right? I think they're super cool. But then there's also like the hidden people in like Icelandic folklore. Those that like entice you into the forest, and then you get forgotten about. You get trampled on by their horses.
Yeah.
Their churches are everywhere. So essentially, like they're cliffs in Iceland. They're said to be like elves' churches. They like people have, like the stories are like, oh, this person saw the cliff open up and saw a church, like an elven church, and then went in there and then never came back. And elves are like really beautiful people until they're angry. Then they turn into really ugly creatures. And there's like stories about kids being grabbed by hidden people or elves, and their like hands turn into like ash or burn, and you can see the flesh and bone through it.
Oh, creepy.
Really creepy stuff. I really wanted to showcase stuff like that. And Djáknin, or the Duke of like the Ghost Duke, people can look this up if they want to. Like he dies. He goes to pick up a girl for prom, essentially like a old fashioned prom. He dies the day before, still arrives the next day to pick up his girlfriend. He's dead. He's a ghost. She gets on his horse. There's nothing wrong. Her name is Gudrun. Guð means God. He can't say Gudrun, so he says Garun. So every time he says her name, he goes Garun. And she's like, what the fuck? Why is he calling me Garun? And then they're like on the horse, and then on the way there's like a moon shines on the back of his head, and his head's open. You can see the back of his skull. She freaks out, and his line is "Sér ekki hvíta blettin á hnakka mínum, Garun, Garun," which is, can't you see the white spot at the back of my head, Garun, Garun? He's dead. He's a ghost. I wanted to turn that ghost story into essentially the guide. You know, when you play a horror game or any kind of game, there's this character that guides you through the game. Turn him into that's the guy that leads you through the game, but turns out he's he's a bad guy
Oh, that's interesting.
because he's dead.
I'm gonna be honest, mind you. You overloaded me with so much information,
I
then,
know.
and I was like,
And I'm really bad at telling stories.
but I get it, and I get it. Okay,
But I really wanted to make
idea.
a scary game like that goes through
Fucking
like
do
old
it.
stuff.
Look it up. Do
Also,
it.
the horse that drowns kids. I wanna do that.
What? That came out of nowhere.
I would just like, dread to think how long it takes to make a game, especially on your own.
Yeah,
It'd have to be one of those
wouldn't
things
rush
where
it.
you'd have to make it like really, like low quality. I say low quality. You know, like the PS1 kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it something like that, and then like if you want to make something, I don't know, quick-ish while also doing horror themed.
What about that game that you played that you couldn't get through it? The Nun or something?
Yeah, don't make him like Mun. Like
yeah,
Nun
Nun Massacre.
Nun Massacre.
Don't make it like a.
The issue with Nun Massacre is that
so loud.
it's like those games where it's like collect this to go open this, collect this to open this. But what they did is they put it in like really obscure areas, and constantly you begin one item to get back across to open one thing, and then you get in there to get the next item, and you go back across to open something else. And it's really tedious. And when you have this nun that literally busts your eardrums when it scares you, and 9 times out of 10 it kills you, and then you have to start all over again. It's super annoying.
I remember.
I like the art style though. It looks scary
It
as shit.
looked cool, but then playing it, I genuinely worried about my hearing, because
that's fair
there's
enough.
stories with that game of people having permanent hearing damage from having played it and just had because it was
Make sure you
so
care for
Because it'd be
Ears,
loud.
like the
please.
screaming and the ding 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 ding.
Whenever
I feel
we,
like you needed the volume up enough though to hear the rest of the game,
No.
and then that was so much
you
louder.
could probably just mute it, but like.
Lower the volume,
It
please,
just,
kids.
what's the
Lower the
point?
volume.
What's the point of having volume in the entire game if you're gonna mute it? It's Rob played it, and whenever Rob played it, when it was to go into a clips video, he plays games like it now where it has the same thing. You get to that clip and you have to turn it down by like 300%
Yeah.
for it to be on level with other stuff nearby, and it's still loud.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful. That's what I was gonna say. Is if you're gonna make a horror game, don't make it really loud. Like that.
Nah.
Fucking
But they do make they make a lot of other horror games that aren't like
Yeah.
screechy. Like they make some good ones, but that one in particular, I was like, oh, get out.
hell. Who made it? Was it Puppet Combo?
Yeah, it's Puppet Combo.
So they made
do
another game
loads.
where it was
One with a rabbit, right?
yeah, that I played through, and I actually really liked it. I thought it was really cool, and I had the weirdest fucking ending, but it was really cool. I really enjoyed playing through it. It was like a Resident Evil sort of thing where you like go around a house and stuff while being chased. It was cool, but then because I played the rabbit game, and then I saw the nun one, I was like, oh, they made some good stuff. Played it, and went, I want to die. my eardrums hated me.
It did scare the absolute fuck out of me when I first encountered it. I was like,
I remember when you did that one clip
Yeah.
of you playing through it and getting terrified.
I was like, I don't want to play anymore. I was gonna go back to. I was like, I'll give it another shot, and then I think I was watching Rob play it, and I was like, oh my god, these tasks are fucking tedious. And then I was like, right, I'm gonna have to look up a walkthrough of this if I'm gonna go into it. I looked up the walkthrough, and I was like, that's just
Too much.
Not worth
that's
it.
too much. Especially with some items were like super hidden,
Yeah.
and you needed them.
I like a lot of games I've played. Okay, so I've been playing RuneScape recently.
Hell yeah.
And like the old school RuneScape. And I was going through quests, and this is related, trust me. I got to a certain point, and I was like with these different quests, because there's loads of different ones. And I had to look up a guide on how to do it, because
Yeah.
I had no idea what to do. I had no idea how to figure it out. And I'm literally reading through this guide on what to do. I'm like, how the fuck did anyone figure this out? And it's the same thing with a lot of like games like that, where you just cannot figure out what to do. And I don't understand how anyone was meant to be able to figure them out.
That's why RuneScape was so good back in the day, because everything was like rumors. It was like, oh, you go here, speak to this person, you get money.
Yeah,
you do this.
completing the monkey quest was an impressive feat.
I just don't
But
understand
now
how
it's just
anyone's
all
meant to do it.
guides. But speaking of RuneScape, I've been thinking of, I really want to raid on it, but like, if you haven't played RuneScape, it's grim. You have to put so many hours to get your account ready to do that.
I want to as well.
So I've been thinking of basically trying to level up 4 accounts while I edit myself, and then seeing if I can get some
Translation: Glenn is gonna bot some accounts up.
He's going to pay people to level up accounts.
Wouldn't be the first time Glenn has botted on RuneScape.
Mate, he's going to buy accounts that are maxed and be
No,
like,
no,
hey,
you
boys,
can-
I leveled these 4 up.
You can AFK level. It's quite easy now.
I know, I've been doing it.
Yeah.
How'd you AFK level?
Well, I say
It's
AFK,
basically a
but-
place in the game you can go and you can drink these absorption potions.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
And you only have to like touch the game once every 20 minutes. So it's
Nice.
quite good.
Fucking hell,
But
that's ridiculous.
That's only for combat. The issue is the skills,
yeah.
because you need like
Mate, I've been leveling up mining, and I've spent about 40 hours leveling up recently.
it takes.
I'm literally,
ages, like-
we've been playing League, and I'll alt-tab, click something, tab back into League, fight away, and 10 minutes later, I'm like, okay, alt-tab, click something, go back. It's fucking horrible.
I remember when I got Barrow's gear, and I was so proud of myself.
Oh, that's a feat. That's a big feat.
That was hard. I was like, I did it.
I don't understand how anyone is meant to figure these things out, because it's like same thing with like Resident Evil and with those older games where there are just these like I have no idea how you're meant to figure out. I just don't get it. They like with RuneScape, one of the ones was if you wanted to start a certain quest, you had to go to this place, find a book on a shelf, read it, and like there's a line at the end which is like. It says something along the lines of, "Oh, what you seek is inside this book," and you're like, "Huh?" Exactly, and that's all it that's all there is. What you're meant to do is bring a knife, cut the book open, and get a key, and that key works on a wall that's I don't know, fucking ages away. Well, I say ages away, like I don't know, 3 buildings away. That there's nothing that signifies it's to there, and then you go in this place, and you're meant to somehow work all this shit out. I think
It's
people
cool though. It's a cool puzzle.
It's interesting, but it's just the
When
entire
you-
game is like that.
It's
and
cool
you're
on a larger scale when you know like your player base will try to find it.
Yeah.
like, yeah.
on a single player scale, that would be a fucking awful idea.
Yeah.
I play the game to play on my own and just do stuff. So I'm wandering around like, how the fuck am I meant to figure any of this shit out? What's going on? It's
they used
wild.
to, like, when they used to do the updates, the description would be like, "Oh, we've released a new fight cave," and that was it. So then, like, you know, the fire cape,
Yeah.
which is like a famous cape in the game now. When that got released, no one even knew that was a reward. So like when the first person like screenshots were posted online, people were like, "Oh, it's Photoshop." Like,
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where with these quests, you were supposed to like be doing them and then ask people, "Oh, what do I do with this?" And they're like, "Oh, you know, why try this, try this, try this, try this." But I don't know. Single player games that do that shit annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, it worked for RuneScape because if you couldn't figure something out, you'd
What?
That was the
Whoa.
wrong camera.
it worked for RuneScape because you'd go just do something else, right?
Yeah.
You have all these different things. It's a social game. If it's a single player game, that would brick wall you,
Yeah.
and then you'd be like, "This
Be
game's
annoying.
fucking stupid."
Yeah.
It's
so
daft.
give me like many months.
Well, you're gonna buy the account anyway.
We'll raid then for one night, and then we'll realize I wasted a lot of
It's
time.
crazy what bots can do, isn't it?
That's the problem now, though, right? If I actually level up, right, and I'm like, "Boys, let's go." This is gonna be like, "Oh, cheers for the botted account, mate."
It's either gonna be you bought it or you bought the accounts. It's you, Glenn. You would not. You bought in every fucking game we play. You've tried it with World of Warcraft. You tried it
I've
with
never
World of
botted in
Warcraft.
WoW.
No, you know, I don't think you bought it in WoW because it was even like we were what 16 at the time, and one other
You
thing is like
definitely
if you
tried.
bought it in WoW, you get caught. But if you bought it in RuneScape, you'd get away
Glenn,
with it.
You definitely tried to bought in Classic, didn't you?
No.
Are you talking about?
Oh, wait, no. I know
classic-
what you
classic
did.
or vanilla?
Didn't you pay for somebody to level your account?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No,
Is
I
this
didn't.
classic or
Yeah.
vanilla?
Oh, either.
It's Rob, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought you did it. I thought you paid somebody to
I
level.
know you guys used to buy gold all the time.
Rob does.
I did it once in vanilla.
That was funny when you started classic. Was it a couple of months ago?
buying
and Rob
gold
bought,
in
look-
vanilla was scary.
Mate, when we played Classic,
Never- I'm not a
we
criminal.
started it, well, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. Rob gets in, gets the max level, spends, allegedly, for anyone, don't ban him, spends, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of pounds on gold in WoW. And then it's like, oh, here's gold, everyone. Here's some gold, everyone. Oi. Buys all the best equipment for himself. Comes to the first raid and there's garbage. And then he quit. Oh, no, sorry.
That is a textbook example of what happens with cheaters in games. Like
Yeah.
you cheat your way to win, and then you go, man, I'm fucking empty inside, and then you just leave.
Are you saying that Rob is empty inside?
Mate, he must have turned up to that raid completely decked out, still a garbage player, gone. Man, I didn't work for this. It's boring.
Mate, Rob logged in with when Wrath Classic launched. He logged in, he got on the boat, got to the first location and logged out. That was it, and he hasn't played it since. I think he's talking about playing it again recently. How we're like, yeah, Rob, can't wait for you to spend gold and give it to the boys. Let's go.
That's the thing with cheating. No, it's like the people who cheat in Fall Guys. It's like you flew to the end,
Yeah,
great, and
that's
then
it.
like you do it the first time, and they're like, oh, easy win, and then you do it like 20 times, and you go,
What's the point?
what's the point?
It kind of just takes any kind of gratification or any.
Is that
I literally every
like-
time I played GTA, right, I'd play it for a while. I'd play it for like 10 hours. Then I would get frustrated. Then I would cheat, and then I was like, I've ruined the game.
Yeah,
But the
that's
cheats
it.
in GTA were so fun, though. weren't
They were
Like
fun
when you were
but like
playing-
after you cheated, you were like, I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
And what I found was as soon as you cheated once, that ruined it forever.
Yeah.
Because it was always, why would I bother trying to get all this stuff normally when I can press fucking up, down, left, right, L1, R2, square, triangle, whatever, and get all of it given to me right now?
Yeah.
Like, and even if you did it once, it would just, next time you played, you're like, oh, this is hard. Maybe I'll just put invincibility on, or I'll just do that. And it always, I don't know, for me, ruined the experience.
The only game I
I
ever
hated
cheated
it.
at was Sims.
Oh yeah, with the fucking motherload, fucking gold. You're like,
So-
you log in, you're like, you don't have any money. Motherload.
Oh yeah, that used to that would ruin the Sims for me as well. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm like, I can't wait to deck up this house and make it this like really nice place. And then you cheat for the money, you make whatever you want, and you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're literally like, what's the point now? It's all done. I've
Yeah.
bought
Yeah.
everything. There's
I-
nothing to do.
I
Like,
did
why is
the
my sim
challenge
going to
of
work?
earning
Doesn't
money.
need to.
Yeah, exactly.
I even though I knew about the cheats, I still like made my characters earn money and work hard. You know?
It makes the game more fun.
Yeah, it was fun. But the one thing that's like you say motherload, right?
Yeah.
I still think people as a kid I didn't understand English again, and I didn't understand what motherload
I don't
is.
understand English now.
So I just went motherload, you know. And then the other one is like testing cheats enabled. True.
Yeah.
I went testing cheats enabled. True.
Well, when I was a
Fucking
kid,
hell.
and probably did it as an adult because I still can't English.
Hmm.
I used to like the Command and Conquer series, and I was playing.
Let loose the juice.
And I was playing Red Alert 2, and I ran like I was really enjoying it, and like I just won. And I remember going downstairs. My parents were like, "Oh, you know what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, Dad, I found like there's this really new thing in there which is awesome." And he was like, "Oh, what is it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's the testicles." And my mum and dad are like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you can build testicles in the game." And I was like, "They shock people." I was like, "It's so cool, Dad. Like one person will come in and they'll kill someone."
Is he trying to say Tesla coils?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had just looked at it and been like, and I was genuine. I was full on like, I can't think. Like I would have been quite young. Obviously, my mum and dad are like, "What the hell is this?" And then my dad goes upstairs with me, and they're a bit like, you know, fuck, what's he playing? Like, and then he looks at it and he was like, "Oh, okay,
Oh,
you
Tesla
mean
coils.
Tesla coils?" Like,
Is that when they realized you were dyslexic? Oh, I wish there's a mod that makes Tesla coils testicles. That'd be so good.
Man, I used to love Command and Conquer.
Yeah, they were
What
good.
was the green faction called again?
Uh,
They're the ones who had like the gas and stuff.
yeah, depends which one you
Don't know, probably Russia.
played.
I only played Red Alert 2, like 2 or 3. Red Alert 3? Oh,
Red Alert 3 is good,
yeah.
and 2 is
I
good.
was
I
so
don't think I ever played
upset.
them.
I didn't understand English. There was a tank in there called the pacifier. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's called the pacifier. And like, oh, that's so cool. And I didn't understand English. I went to my friends in school and I was like, guys, what does this word mean, pacifier? And they're like, oh yeah, there's this thing that you give to children that they suck on. I'm like,
That is one
Huh?
interpretation of pacifier.
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, what? And it ruined the tank for me. I was like, it was so cool and it's called the pacifier? What?
Yeah.
That's my phone. Oh, it's under you. That's why.
Up my ass.
Man, I loved how I like learned English. I just learned English through video games.
Right, should we stop now? Because I need to get up.
So Glenn wants to stop now, so we're going to end our podcast today.
Okay.
So everybody, thank you for watching this episode of The Tavern, where we've all dressed up in fabulous costumes. I've been Glenn, and joining me has been Glenn.
Glenn.
Also, we've had...
Me,
Nice one.
Glenn.
And Glenn.
Sexy Glenn.
Sexy Glenn.
Can we get a final wink from Sexy Glenn to the camera? Can you add like a twinkling star next to his eye? Like,
I don't know how
see
to
it.
do that, but I'll try. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Fuck you.
Bye. You can't say fuck you when the camera's on me. Fuck you, gotta do it.
Fuck you.